Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Open Field Podcast. Week 1 of Sunday football is finally out of the books. We had 1 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games, 8 o'clock games. We're going to do a recap reaction of all those games. We'll have more topic-based conversations on Wednesdays. But it's time to really talk about football being truly back. We got some of our prime times, but now we got so many teams, so many things to talk about. We're going to talk about each one of these teams for a little recap reaction, of course. But before we get into that, gentlemen, we got Early, we got Lonnie, we got Michael, we got Hefe. How are we feeling about this Sunday Night Football?
Good games.
It was actually a pretty fun Sunday. I was surprised. I got some things right. I got some things wrong. So I mean, all in all, it's a pretty good start of the season.
Football is back, baby.
Indeed. How you feeling, Early? How you feeling from this Sunday?
He might be in mourning because of the Panthers.
Facts.
And his Raiders.
Also, what's good in the chat? If you guys want to,
Let's relax ourselves. Don't speak on my teams. The Raiders are okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll just let that go, man.
Yeah, we'll let it go.
Your truth.
All right, so let's start talking about some of these games. Chat, obviously, give us your thoughts. Who are your teams? How they play in the chat. If you guys want to send us a super chat to react to, you guys could do that as well. We appreciate all the support for all these open field recaps. First game I have on the docket for us to talk about. Let's start off with the Falcons versus the Steelers. A game of narratives, of course, with people supporting certain quarterbacks. This game was very unconventional in terms of how certain teams were scoring. But overall, what are people's opinions? Who wants to start out?
For which game?
Falcons versus Steelers.
Like I said, like I tried telling you, Kirk Cousins hurt towards Achilles late in the season. He's not going to be 100% right away. And it's probably going to take him 4 or 5 weeks. I thought he was going to sit the first few games of the season originally, but then we found out that he was starting the season. I was like, he should probably sit the first few games.
Is Kirk Cousins not going to be the same, or is it? Are we crediting the Steelers defense for being the Steelers defense?
No, the Steelers defense was awesome. That's all I'm saying.
God damn!
No,
What are you doing?
what the crazy background noise.
That's my bad. That's my bad. I thought I muted myself.
Yeah. No, the Steelers defense was awesome, but Kirk Cousins, if you saw him, he looked stiff. He looked slow. He looked sluggish. So it's two things can be true. The Steelers defense was awesome, but also you could tell he definitely was coming back from an injury. He wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
You want to know why he honestly looks slow and sluggish? He got a lot of big Penix energy on his back.
That is
Good.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Super yo.
From looking at this game, I didn't expect him to be 100%, but I expect him to be pretty solid. But it's definitely the injury slowed him down. If you watch Kirk, what he was doing last year, how he was moving in the pocket, how he was putting his full body into his throws, that's not what it was going on in this game. He definitely seemed stiff. He was throwing more with his arms and his shoulders versus.
Hey, listen, man, that big Penix energy, man, it'll slow you down.
Stop being nasty. He wasn't moving a lot in that pocket when pressure was coming to him. To be fair, TJ Watt is one of the best defensive players in football, period. But can I say this though? While I'm feeling a little zesty, anybody see the buns on Jared Goff, man? I know Jared Goff was caked up like that. Caked up like a surprise birthday party.
What has Early walked himself into tonight?
How about you turn your camera on and say that with your chest?
No,
He will not do that.
No.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, to wrap up some stuff that I think the Falcons, the fact that they weren't able to establish a run game was a little bit surprising, but again, the Steelers defense is pretty amazing.
No, don't just say that, because a lot of y'all, I spoke on that Steelers defense. A lot of us kind of poo-pooed it.
Nobody. Okay.
No one poo-pooed it.
Nobody.
That's a
I said the Steelers was going to be. I definitely said the Steelers was going to be Atlanta.
We'll find the tape.
Okay, so saying Steelers going to be Atlanta is not okay. fine. You got that correct. It's not a crazy take, though. The Steelers, we understand we're good. We understand their defense is good. The question about the Steelers was their offense, and their offense was still mid, but they won the game because Kirk wasn't playing well, and the run offense wasn't playing well. So, first game
Justin Fields for spamming George Pickens too. Got me 20 fantasy points.
He was throwing it up, and George Pickens was doing his business. I'm not concerned about the Falcons, but good Steelers win. I don't expect them to beat a lot of teams.
Hey, we're there. Can you read me off Jake London's stats today?
I think he had 5 receptions for like 20 something yards, maybe. We hate in the first game. You know who did have a good game? Kyle Pitts.
I mean, we all root Kyle Pitts. No one has argued about Kyle Pitts being good on the show.
Didn't have that good of a game. I mean, one touchdown doesn't account for having 20 reception yards. I understand that, Kirk Cousins didn't play well, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about the Falcons either, but I will say I'll give credit to Justin Fields because he did what he was supposed to do in the first half. Second half was a little shaky, but understandable based off of how he's played before. So I'll give credit to him, and also I'll give credit to TJ Watt, man. I'll give credit to the whole defense. I mean, the defense showed out today.
Who do you think is a better receiver? I mean, better corner, AJ Terrell or Joey Porter Jr.?
I
don't know. Honestly,
I think Joey Porter has more upside.
They're on the same tier, so I'm not really stressed about it.
Well, it seemed like George Pickens was getting his, and
Wait, did Joey Porter come back in the game? Because I know.
George Pickens is. I mean, what'd you say, Alani? My bad.
No, because Joey Porter got hurt in the game at some point. Did he come back?
He damn sure did.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure.
But I said at the beginning of the season, I like Russell Wilson with George Pickens because it allows George Pickens to do what he's good at. And
but Russell Wilson
Fields today. No, but I'm bringing it back to Jay Fields. I'm saying Justin Fields was able to do what he was supposed to do with George Pickens today. He hit him when he needed to, and I mean, he just wasn't doing a bunch of stuff that wasn't necessary.
I mean,
when he was running the ball, he was making quick decisions. He was getting rid of the ball quickly. That's what he needs to do. If he wants to, if he continues to do this, he's going to keep starting.
But there is no other receiver on that team. Deontay Johnson's gone. It's literally just George Pickens.
Pat Freiermuth is a good receiver.
Yeah. And Pat, what Pat do for you today?
I mean, I'm just saying he's a good receiving option just because he didn't.
He's a solid tight end.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I mean, shout out Steelers. I did mention that even though Arthur Smith was a terrorist on Atlanta, he can make Justin Fields' job easier, which he did in this game. So that's basically what Michael said.
No, you didn't. Your actual words were Arthur Smith. Once they said that Russell Wilson might not play and Justin Fields is going to play, I remember putting in the chat, it has begun. And then you said Arthur Smith and Justin Fields, it's going to be a field day for the Falcons. That's exactly what you actually said.
But what's crazy is Justin Fields showed growth throughout the game.
Yeah, I just think the difference with Justin Fields today is he got ahead early. He did his damage early, and, we all know that he didn't play. Like, he played better in the first half than he did the second half, but he played well enough in the first half to get the job done, and that's all that matters. And he just needs to build on it. Don't try to throw for 400. Just build on each start as you go. If he's going to play. Obviously, we don't know that yet, but
I mean, I don't expect them to win games like this moving forward. But shout out Steelers, solid win, good game. I think this was a good growing period for both teams. Next game up, the Bengals versus the Patriots. We'll talk about the Bills. Don't worry, Lance. Bengals versus Patriots. I mean, I don't have a lot to say personally.
Speaking of receivers getting strapped.
I mean, Jamar wasn't there in the offseason. Not an excuse, but
he didn't play a lot of snaps, though, did he? Like, he only played like.
And everyone he played, Chris Gonzalez was on him.
Oh, no, Chris Gonzalez said,
you ain't getting that contract on me, big boy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm happy. It's bittersweet because, like, I want the Patriots to tank, but we beat on the Bengals. So, but I am happy. I am happy. As a fellow black man, that Jared Mayo got his first win.
Is it Gerard or Jared?
It's Gerard Mayo, actually.
Oh, Gerard. I'm happy that Mayo got his first win because we know that fan base up in New England could be very temperamental depending on your skin tone. So I'm happy that he got the monkey off his back.
How you been a Patriots fan your whole life and don't know that one of your best linebackers of all time name is Gerard, not Jared?
I just had his jersey, and it was just Mayo. It was just Mayo. That's why I knew as a kid.
But
Mayo.
I mean, to bring up
Mayo.
Gerard, I think if you're Bill Belichick's favorite player of all time and people refer to you as his son, I mean, I'm confident that you're gonna do a decent job.
Wait, they say that? Who says that?
Yes. Like I've seen the Julian Edelman podcast, and they basically said that like he was what's his name? He was like Bill's, like they called him Gerard Belichick, like as a joke, because he was like Bill loved him that much. So
yeah, he is really good.
I mean, I still need to see more. This game was really hard for me to tell. Like, were the Patriots really that good, or the Bengals trolling? For me, I think the Bengals were just trolling.
I think the Bengals O-line has not.
They didn't have T. Higgins.
Bro, any team that fumbles at the 1 yard line, you're trolling.
They're gonna turn Joe Burrow into Andrew Luck, dog. I'm telling you, man.
Wait, but before we get all going about the Bengals, I understand, but the Bengals are one of those teams where I don't care about their first 4 games. Let me see what they look like game 6, because this always happens.
Whoa. You can't say that because the last couple of years, your man Joe Burrow hasn't made it to the first 6 games. So we can't say that. They actually need to be good in the first 4 games.
Michael's point is that Joe Burrow and the Bengals always start slow, which is true. They do,
and it's usually because Joe Burrow. Usually Joe Burrow gets hurt. No, Lamar, bro, that's not true, man. Because we've seen this happen before. We've seen Joe Burrow not look that good when he's not healthy, and then go in and beat a San Francisco Niners team that was on top of the world last year. Like, nobody here is gonna like take that potentially from happening off the table just because they had a bad loss to the Patriots. Like, it happens. It's the NFL.
Well, I mean, it's funny, karma, and what comes around goes around. You know what I'm saying? Karma kind of sucks because Joe Burrow was advocate about getting Jamar Chase, his fellow LSUer, on his team, instead of getting a star lineman. And that same star receiver that you love held out and was rusty first game, and it affected you.
I don't like these narratives of guys can't ask for their money. Someone else can say it. No,
they can. But even CeeDee Lamb, you can say what you want to say, but CeeDee Lamb was asking for his money, but still showing to practice. That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
he didn't show up to practice.
He was showing to practice. He was. He didn't miss a day.
That's not true. Someone look that up. That's not true, by the way. That's not true. He missed the entire training camp, I'm pretty sure.
He didn't. He was there. He just didn't work out. He was there, though.
Okay. I mean, I hear what y'all both are saying. The thing is, like, if Jamar is going to do this, he's going to do this. He still played at the end of the day, so eventually they'll get in tune. And Cincinnati is known for not paying people. So, like, especially since they didn't pay T. Higgins and he just got injured with the hamstring, which is why he didn't play.
But you got rid of Tyler Boyd, and
I'm not really mad at it.
You're not paying Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is hurt. You got rid of Tyler Boyd. You didn't get anything to replace him. That Hudson dude, the other tight end, is trash. Like, my thing is, you don't have a star. I mean, I like Mike Gesicki, actually. I loved him when he played the Dolphins. My thing is, what are you putting around Joe Burrow offensively to, like, help?
Well, eventually
they spent a lot of money on the line. It just hasn't worked out.
Well, Amarius Mims is injured, which is a problem. He was the first round tackle that they draft. I mean, like we already said, they take a while. This is a trolling game. I don't think we get
that Bengals defense looks very bad too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The thing with the
run defense was bad.
Very bad.
Run defense was good. I'm not gonna say that they're bad. The run defense was bad.
Getting off.
Yeah, the run defense was a problem.
What receivers too.
Hold on, early. What do you mean getting off? Because you say this all the time. Define what you mean by that.
Oh,
all I saw from Brissett.
And here's the thing, it's levels of getting off random compared to who the player is. So Jacoby Brissett doing what he did in the game, that's getting off for Jacoby Brissett. That might not be getting off for Matthew Stafford. That might not be getting off for Jared Goff or any of these top 7 to 10 quarterbacks. But for Jacoby Brissett to get downfield on you as easy as they was, especially with them receivers, that's getting off.
He literally had 121 yards. He was efficient. He just didn't. He didn't cost them.
And all them yards was damn near in the first half, and that's all they needed because the defense held their own for the rest of the game.
If we're gonna attack the Bengals this way, where I agree with Riddell, I think they're a very slow team, right? You can say Jamar Chase was there, but the fact that he didn't work out, he wasn't on the field running plays, there's no timing, there's none of that. He just showed up on the game. He got 6 catches. I think he had like 62 yards. Like, let me see. Let's see what Michael says. Let's see them in week 6. Right now, especially. I mean, hell, the Cardinals almost beat the Bills today.
Yeah,
they had them down 17-3
because Joe Burrow wasn't having it. I said Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, Josh Allen wasn't having it. But my thing is this: the only reason though, Riddell, and we can get back on topic. The only reason, Brandon, why it's a problem is that I give certain guys a hard time. It's only because of the division they're in. So again, I always talk about the NFC North and that Lions, Packers. Like, that's a heavy division. Like the AFC North is also a division where you got to get to it, man, because. Ravens are going to be better. Oh my God, I ain't gonna lie to Browns. I don't know what's going on, but and the Steelers are going to be better. Like you can't afford to lose games. You should win. That's
I think you're dragging this. You're dragging this. From what I saw of the other 2 teams, the Ravens are going to be fine. From what I saw about. We at some point.
Who said the Ravens will be fine? If you heard what I just said,
the Ravens are going to be fine in that division
because everybody else is going to be fine. That's my problem. So when you play a Patriots team, you should win that game.
Early. How many games do you think the Steelers are going to win this year?
I think the Steelers win 10 games this year.
They're not winning 10 games.
Yeah,
they barely make it to 9 or 8 every year. They're not winning 10.
They barely make it to 9 or 8 every year. Who are you talking to? Because last time I checked, the Steelers went damn near 15 years of a winning season. So what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
The same thing when the playoffs every year for the last 7-8 years.
Just because they have a winning season does not mean that they're winning 10 games.
Nigga, you just said they barely make it to 8 to 10 games.
Do you realize? Right? Okay, early.
I mean,
listen to what I'm going to say. Listen to what I'm saying. Just because Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season, my boy's been going 8-8, 9-8. That's what he's been doing. The last time they won 10 games, Baker Mayfield took that team and whipped them. So, and we're not going to bloviate what the Steelers are right now, especially now with their uncertain quarterback situation.
So again,
but you're not feeling more.
This is the same thing happened the other day. Y'all just be saying shit. They were 10-7 last year. Year before they were 9-8, 9-7 the year before, 12-4 the year before, 8-8 the year before. 9-7 the year before, 13-3 the year before. So again, 11-5 in the year before. So stop just saying stuff.
Nobody. Let me say this to him because he literally is not listening to me.
And they've been
early. The year they went 12-5, Baker Mayfield beat their ass in the first round. The year they went 11-5, what do you call it? What's his name? He was the former Jaguars quarterback. Blake Bortles beat them in their crib.
With the playoffs. Your statement was, if we all heard you, they barely make it to 8 or 9 wins. When the last majority 7 of those times years, won 9. They've been damn near 9 to 10 wins or better. So
early. Okay, fine. I was wrong early, but let me ask you a question. Early. Are the Steelers a threat at all right now? Are they a threat in the AFC?
Why are they not?
Their offense.
Why are they not? Because can we be honest? Can we be honest?
What
they be honest?
What
can we be honest? Other than the Baltimore Ravens,
early, you can try to
worried about
you want.
If we're being honest, that offense, what they did today is not sustainable.
It's
5
not.
field goals, 5 50-yard field goals. 6 50-yard field goals. That's not sustainable. That's not something.
But do they need to be? My thing is this: do they need to be great at offense when you have a Brown? Like I'm done.
Yes,
I'm done with the Browns.
Yes.
And the
I'm done with the Browns.
Early. Let me
ask you a question.
See how overreacting Early's getting from 1 week.
Early, let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Just call Kirk trash.
No. I just Riddell, please. Let me ask you. Early. With what you saw from the Steelers today, are they beating the Chiefs? I'll answer that question for you.
What does it matter if they're beating the
Chiefs? What do you mean it doesn't matter?
9 or 10 wins. Why does it matter?
Early,
the Chiefs up?
Early, you said, after I admitted I was wrong, you said, and I asked you, are the Steelers a threat? You said, why are they not? We said it. Early, are they beating, from what you saw today, are they beating the Chiefs?
What does it matter, though?
Early, answer the question.
Semantical.
Yes.
I just said they're winning 10 games. You're the one who
did this, Early. Answer the question. Are they beating
They're winning 10 games.
Early, are they beating the Chiefs? Early. I do not want to lose.
It's
Are
a
they beating the
possibility.
Chiefs?
It's a possibility.
Oh my God! Where
All right,
is
so
this?
You also said the Raiders had a
hold
possibility
on.
to beat the Chiefs.
I'm gonna have to.
as
We're gonna have to
well.
move on for this.
Oh, we're
If we
done because he's not
really,
going to answer the question because he knows the answer is
No,
no.
you know why it don't matter,
Well,
random?
we got-
Because they don't play the
early,
Chiefs
we
all
gotta move
fucking
on.
year. So who cares? They don't play the Chiefs all year, nigga. Check their schedule. So why you bring the Chiefs, nigga? You're trying to flip arguments. My point was they're winning 10 games this year. You said they barely win 8 9
And
games.
then I asked you,
That was
and
a
then I
lie.
asked you
That was a
early.
lie. Now you're trying to tell me, are they going to be the Chiefs?
Early.
We
They don't
gotta
play
move
them. Who gives a
on.
fuck?
Early. Then
They
I
don't
asked
play
you
them.
another
Next
question.
game.
Early.
We-
Then I asked you another question.
No,
Are the
Brandon, we
Steelers a
got to
threat?
get to
And
the
you
next
could
game.
not answer the question
We
because
got to
why are
get-
they not is a
Ten wins.
non-answer.
Ten
We
wins
got
for
to
me.
get
It's a
to the next
non-answer.
game.
Early.
We
Ten
got to
It's a
wins.
get to the next
non-answer.
game. We got to get to
No,
that.
we need to move
All right.
on. What Early's saying is that that's not a part of the original question. Let's just move on.
Yeah, if we for some reason want to talk about the Steelers in detail on Wednesday, we can. But right now, we're not going to.
Next
All right, let's move on to the next game. Bills versus Cardinals. We're finally talking about your boys, Lance. Bills versus Cardinals. Probably one of the more entertaining games of the football week 1 so far. Josh Allen with the
say it
comeback
with me,
victory.
Riddell. Say it with me.
Oh, Josh
MVP.
Allen MVP.
Oh, so now Early's
MVP.
jumping up the train. Now Early's jumping on the train when he said the Bills wouldn't even make the playoffs when we did the fucking review. Of the division.
So we're
now
gonna
you want to say Josh?
we're
Allen
going to
MVP.
just mute Mike out. Hey, Riddell, who's been my MVP all year?
Yeah, I mean he's been on the
Early's been
MVP
saying
train.
Josh
So
Allen.
how again? We not. Hey, look. After yesterday, what Mike did, what Hefe did, I'm not letting none of you niggas lie no more. You cannot tell me I said the Bills were going to make the playoffs, but I want him to be an MVP. I said he's going to be MVP.
said that.
So what are you talking about? Stop making shit up. No more making shit
I'll
up
go
on
look
this
at
podcast.
the tape early. You're
This is
making
the open
Michael,
field,
he's
not
been
the lying
saying Josh
field, nigga.
Allen. He's been
No more
saying
making shit
Josh
up on this
Allen.
podcast.
No, Lonnie. when we
Michael,
did-
go get that.
Lonnie,
Michael, get the
I don't
tape.
know about the playoff thing, Michael, but he's
Get
been
the
saying
tape.
Josh Allen's gonna be MVP. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, but I'm just
Get
saying.
the
he's
tape.
jumping
Put
on
it
the
in the
wagon.
group chat. Get the tape. Put it in the group chat.
I
But
will.
what Lonnie said is correct. Early, similar to me and whoever else has been saying Josh Allen MVP. So he's always
Dude,
been on the MVP.
I got a
I'm
I'm
bunch
just saying he's
one
going to have a
disagreeing
Cam
with him.
Newton year
All I'm
when
saying
Cam
is-
didn't have nothing, so he had to be the MVP. I've been saying that.
All I'm saying is I got a bunch of shit for saying the Bills were going to win that division from multiple people. That's all I'm saying. So if Josh Allen's going to win the division or win the MVP, then they have to be close or win the division. So that's my point.
I'm with you. I got them winning the division.
No,
too.
Riddell was the one of the people that did have him winning the division. I remember that. I don't
All right.
remember anyone else's really, but I do remember I was getting flack. All right,
but
anyway, it's fine.
back
We
to the
can
Bills
get
and
up.
Cardinals. With the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison getting left wide open on that last play to tie or win the game.
I don't know if him and Kyler Murray beefing, but I don't know what happened today. 1 for 3,
Yeah,
one pass for 3
He
yards.
was wide
Game.
open, like no one
First
around
game
him.
of the
That would
season.
that
was a
tied or
terrible
won the
duel.
game.
For one of the
And
best
he
wide receiver
fumbled that.
prospects in NFL in the top last 20 years, that was a terrible first game.
Oh,
Kyler got to watch.
Yeah, you got to force
Matthew.
feed him.
Yeah, you
He
gotta
should
watch
get
the
CeeDee
Matthew
Lamb
whoa,
treatment.
whoa. I
Watch
don't
He
know.
should get CeeDee Lamb treatment.
I don't know.
Stafford
I don't know
targets
about
Cooper
that.
Kupp, you got
'cause
to target Harrison like
What did me and Brandon say? We said that Trey McBride was going to be his guy. So
You
that
right.
is 100% his guy, Trey McBride, and he loves to work through the middle of the field, which is why Greg.
Riddell,
Dortch
there's
has
no
so
way
much
you have
target.
Marvin Harrison on your team and Trey McBride is your guy. That's just
Yeah, I
not
ain't
an
gonna lie.
option.
You got to scheme him up. You got to CeeDee
You gotta
Lamb.
let him go.
You have to
Trey
CeeDee Lamb.
McBride was cooking all game.
No,
What are you talking
there is no game where Marvin Harris should get less than 10 targets. There's no reason he should ever get less than 10 targets.
Why not?
You force feed that guy
Are
every
you
single
serious?
time.
You're
Yes,
why?
10 targets every single
Bro,
game.
Jalen's tripping ball sack
Every
right
game.
now.
I'm
Can't even
serious
cap.
though. Why not? Every single game, get him at least
It's
10
not going to
targets.
work.
I'm with
Cardinals
Jalen.
offense
I'm with
was
Jalen.
cooking
7 to
right
10 targets a game for Marvin Harrison. Scheme him up.
Easy.
Force feed him.
Trey
I'll
McBride
give that
got
man
9
screen
targets?
passes.
Come on,
But
man.
Give him the ball.
Okay,
Dude.
now we're overreacting a little bit
Yeah.
because the Cardinals in this game
That was one,
at
yeah.
one point were blowing out the Bills. Their offense was not the problem in this game. What did we say? Their defense is not good, and that's what happened. That's why they lost. Kyler Murray was absolutely destroying this team with the people he was going to. So going like, oh yeah, let's change up what you were doing that was destroying the Bills defense that was been good since Sean McDermott's been there because you want Marvin Harrison to get force fed. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I think that the only problem was that you didn't hit him when you needed to win the game. Other than that, I mean, like you.
But I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, that is part of the problem. But I just don't think force feeding Marvin in that game is going to lead to you having a better chance of winning. That's my point. Because I will say there were
last
some
play,
reps
though,
where
he
there were some reps where he did well, but in that game he's not like getting naked wide open. So to force feed him just doesn't make sense. I think
Rasul Douglas was
I thought
shadowing
he was
him
getting
too.
space.
I think that Marvin will be fine. From the tape that I saw today,
No,
I'm
I
not
don't,
worried
I don't
at
think
all.
something wrong is gonna be bad. I'm just saying they should have gotten the ball more. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, and even some pick
Right,
plays.
I'm
though.
not
Just
saying
throw
either
him
you
a-
said
throw him a
that.
2-3 yard dot. Let him
Yeah.
make a guy miss. Just put the ball in his hand.
Shit, put him in the backfield and do CeeDee Lamb sometime and let him run
Yeah,
a
Bro,
running back route or
he's
something. I don't
he's
care.
not a yak guy like that. What are we talking about? He's not Malik Neighbors. He's not going to be doing what CeeDee Lamb does. That's not
He
who
might not
Marvin
the
Harrison.
greatest yak, but he still got yak. Let's not act like he can't.
But
get
if
yak.
there-
would you-
that's
He's
yak
not like
guy.
a behind. He's not like a behind the, like the. He's not that. Like he's not like a.
He's not
shot-
that, but remember
But,
how
but he is like a George Pickens, where it's like, man, throw him a couple jump balls, see what he can do with it.
Yeah,
Remember
no,
how
he's
the
not-
Broncos-
bro,
The
he's
nigga
not
is
like a
6'4",
wildcat
runs a
guy.
4.4.
Yeah, you have to throw him in a couple jump balls. Yeah, if you're not doing
jump
that,
balls for sure. But I think pick plays like how they did with Demaryius Thomas back in Denver. Payne just throwing the ball to the side, team setting picks. He finds a space, runs it down. I think Marvin Harrison can thrive like that. You should get him, especially if you're struggling to get him the ball down the field. You still have to get the ball in his hands. Again, I don't think we'll ever see a week where he'll get this little target.
Genuinely, I'm not worried about Arizona. Genuinely, I'm not. Honestly, they could mess around, and I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs, but they'll be in contention this year. I think Kyler Murray played a very good game. I understand that he missed those throws, but you're going against Buffalo with that defense. And I mean, he was running the ball. He didn't look scared. He was making certain throws. He threw that one bad pick, but I'm very happy with how he played. I think he's going to continue to just get better.
You talking about Kyler Murray?
Yeah, Kyler Murray. Yeah.
But this game, what about Kyler Murray? It's the better guy, Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen, man.
Josh Allen.
Clinic.
Josh Allen's MVP.
Also, shout out Keon Coleman. He gave him some jump balls. Keon Coleman, it was making the plays that he needed to. Shout out Keon, man. Shout out James Cook too.
I mean, it's just not fair.
Shout out Josh Allen on my fantasy team too. 40 points, man. Hey, Mike, I'm on your ass, Mike.
I have Josh Allen in another.
Yeah, I'm gonna win like 3 of my fantasy leagues this week, unfortunately.
But
one of my main fantasy leagues, Riddell, I had Jalen Reed, Saquon Barkley, and Josh Allen. Jesus Christ, 100 points.
I kept
Jalen Reed was on my bench on one of them.
Me too.
He's on my bench too.
We all had him on our bench.
I started Tank down. Damn it.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, I will say this. I'll give you you and Jalen, Early and Jalen. I'll give you this, that it's interesting that a lot of the targets was going to Greg Dortch. I'm not really sure why, especially since he's like the smaller receiver. Maybe he's just more comfortable working through the slot than through the outside. But I don't even know about that because he was very good with DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they game plan. I'm sure Marvin Harrison will get more targets in the future. But Trey McBride is definitely going to be Kyler's favorite guy for sure.
And the Bills look good, man. Shakir looks like he's taking a step up. I mean, every receiver on that team that we were questionable about made plays today. And I mean, Josh Allen.
That defense catches up to Josh Allen, they're gonna be all right, man.
When Josh Allen is on, dude, he's literally up there with Mahomes. I mean, we said it. That's why it's so frustrating when he can't get it done. But
yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately,
nothing else needs to be said.
It's just when them lights get too bright, Josh Allen get the folding, man. Like a lawn chair.
Hopefully, we'll see how this year. But unfortunately, the Bills All-Pro nickel cornerback just got injured. He didn't play most of the game, so the Bills better not stack up injuries on their defense before it starts getting nasty. But shout out Lamond. Well, let's talk about the Saints versus Panthers game.
Oh my God,
Early, how you feeling about that game, man?
If I'm honest, I'm trying to start up. Let me stop because we will get canceled. Just know that I'm hoping, man.
Don't
You want to say something nasty? No, let him go.
No, I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say something.
If I find David Tepper's address, I just promise you it'll be a problem. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, never mind. Okay, that's honestly not what I thought.
I mean, I feel like you're more than warranted.
I'm literally watching. I'm literally watching the two quarterbacks that went after my bum ass quarterback, AR-15. Well, what would that look like with the Panthers? Oh my God! You see them deep balls he was throwing today? CJ Stroud, still CJ Stroud. Like, what are we talking about? No comment. I'm Robinson.
And early, David Tepper's house. I'm pretty sure it's public knowledge. dude, the billionaire for reads public knowledge. Google it. It's a nice house. I don't know.
If
I'll
I'm in
give it some
Charlotte,
ideas, Jalen.
if I'm in Charlotte, I see him in any local bar. I'll be quiet.
No, I think we're just seeing the death of a quarterback. We're literally seeing the death of a player before 09. And I'm dumb. I picked the Panthers to win because everyone else was picking the Saints and I was low on the Saints. But I have to eat crow. I mean, Derek Carr looked incredible and Bryce Young looked horrible.
Ironically, you know what's so funny, Michael? Ironically, and I'm gonna stop giving Bryce Young a hard time because at this point he don't need no more stress on him. The truth of the matter is, ironically, I feel like Derek Carr was playing versus his brother, dog. Bryce Young is gonna be Derek Carr, man. Seriously, he's gonna be a guy that you come out of college. He was just a great guy, but we'll fall. He'll fall out, and we'll never basically, he'll be nobody. And we'll look back and go, damn, man, he just had really bad teams. And David Carr went through that. I think Bryce Young will be next David Carr. I think he'll be a guy who follow the league in the next 7 years just because he got put into a terrible organization and he couldn't deal with it. I'm serious about that.
Bryce might go down as one of the, top 2, top 3 busts if he doesn't figure it out. Because the hype was pretty high on Bryce Young. Like he wasn't some media, he's going to be a franchise quarterback.
I don't know. There's some pretty bad busts.
Calling him a bust when he's not being surrounded with talent. I mean, hell, halfway through his first or near the end of his first season, his coach was fired.
I hear
now, Random, I won't even what Jalen doing. I'm not even gonna call him a bust no more because again, I watched David Carr literally just not have nothing.
Nobody's ever called David Carr
the league. I think he's going to be David Carr.
Marcus Russell a bust.
But I hear you. Well, at this point,
it wasn't David Carr's fault he was a bust. I'm telling you, he was.
I don't think David Carr's heart was much
a
Bryce
new
Young.
organization. They had no
he was the number 1 overall pick, just like Bryce Young. Jalen.
Yeah, it was a new organization too. It was the first year the Houston Texans existed. But in this situation, I'm watching this game though.
That's true.
And I also say the defense didn't help him. They kind
terrible.
of forced to put the ball in his hands because Derek Carr was absolutely destroying his defense. But Bryce Young was just missing a whole bunch of throws. It was a lot of missed throws.
But you
don't get 3 years of this. They don't get 3 years of this.
Yeah.
If we're that bad, they're gonna have to take the same thing what they did with Fields. If we're the worst team and we get the number 1 pick, they're going to have to take a Shador or somebody. They're going to have to. I said the same thing about Justin Fields. You had to take Caleb Williams, though.
You had to. A bigger bust than Bryce Young.
You had to.
The big thing for me over anything. Wait, can I early or random? You go. My bad.
My only reason I'm going to fight against that a little bit is Caleb Williams was being talked about as the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. Shador is not that.
No, he's not.
There's no quarterback like that coming out. Where
Shador
we argued about it.
Rid of the ball in 2.5 seconds.
And I sat there and said,
"You got to learn to not throw his teammates under the bus too."
So that's my only thing. It's like unless there's another dude coming out this year, which everything that we've seen, even the quarterbacks we've seen, none of them are even Caleb Williams level, or even Drake. From everything that we've seen talking to different people, that's why I'm literally sitting there willing to say, unless if they get another top pick, keep surrounding him with weapons. Like the best part about this is that it's not like you're paying him any money. And then maybe if next year's quarterback class is crazy or something like that, this year's the wrong time to go try to get another quarterback when you haven't been supporting.
What is Cam Ward? Cam Ward is Junior
or early. The one thing that I'm worried about
early. Bryce Young's gonna be Daniel Jones 2.0.
Look, the one thing that concerns me with Bryce Young over anything,
we won't pay him.
The one thing that
are you sure about that? It just takes 1 year.
I guarantee Bryce Young will earn over $100 million in his career.
No, wait.
I will guarantee that.
He's already.
I think that.
Wait, no. The one thing.
Not even doing
Wait. The one thing that I'm concerned with Bryce Young over anything is if you're a young quarterback,
he's already graduated.
If you're a young quarterback and you can't use your legs, like Bryce Young's clearly afraid to run. And that is a problem when you don't have.
No, he's just not fast enough. He's not Kyler.
But there's certain times where he can get 4 or 5 yards and he's not running. He's just throwing a ball where he's trying to make a pass that's not going to get completed. Like, I'm not saying he goes and runs 6 times a game, but he can't be like he needs to get out the pocket at least 3 times a game with this team that he has.
If somebody like Cam Ward runs a 4.4, we need an AR-15 type guy. I ain't gonna lie, when you have an organization this bad, you almost need a Cam like guy, a guy who's just so physically gifted. He gonna figure it out. Like we need somebody who can push through the poverty. Honestly, man, like we need a physical specimen who gonna just come here and say, "Look, man, y'all ain't got it, but I ain't finna suck because y'all suck." Like we don't have to have that happen, man.
The reason
why
that bad. I feel like you don't need that. The reason why I say that is because I watched Andy Dalton play on this team last year.
It looked pretty good,
and was like cooking versus I think the Seahawks. So it's like you just need someone to make the throws. Just like throw it to him and give him.
But it don't help that he's 5'10", 5'11" right there. The O-line ain't the greatest. The receivers ain't the greatest. Y'all went and got him Xavier Leggett. Why? Who's a fucking? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god, man. I just y'all don't understand, bro. Like it ain't even the fact. Like at the end of the day, bro, it's like Jerry Jones, bro. It's like unless David Tepper dies or something, man, he's the owner, so we're gonna deal with him, dog, and he's gonna make bad decisions over and over again. I don't trust his decisions moving forward. So right now we're just in poverty, and we're not gonna know better when you have David Tepper behind the line making all the decisions, dog. You forced that decision. Nobody in the organization wanted Bryce Young. You made them get Bryce Young. So if you're gonna do that, we're gonna be like, at least Jerry Jones can pick people, dog. You can say whatever you want to say about Jerry Jones. He has created great teams, man.
No,
David don't know what the fuck he's doing.
No, my only problem is we talked about this last year early with what they had last year. Even if the coach wanted him anything, CJ Stroud would not have been supported last year. Now, would he have been that bad? I don't think so. But he just would not have been as supported. CJ Stroud would not have had the greatest rookie quarterbacks of all time on the Panthers.
No, you're right. You're right. I truly believe that.
No way.
No, I mean, he wouldn't have been as bad as Bryce Young. I'm sorry, he wouldn't.
Yeah, but no, he wouldn't. Early's biggest point is that he wants someone who's good.
Yeah,
and as of right now, the trajectory of Bryce Young is not good. The trajectory of Bryce Young is. We're gonna have a legit argument whether or not he's better than Justin Fields. So
he's not. He's not.
No, my only thing.
Like you traded. You knew Caleb Williams. You knew that Caleb Williams draft was one of the best quarterback drafts. And I ain't gonna lie, no one knew what Jaden Daniels was gonna be an MVP, but Drake May was already hyped. Caleb Williams was already hyped. You think about when you think about a GM. Owner, you have to think 10 steps ahead to be the best GMs, the best owners.
Or hire
so in your mind, hold up, quick, Mike. Hold up.
No,
you decided, you know what? I'm gonna trade my first round pick, and I'm gonna trade DJ Moore, and I'm gonna go get Bryce Young. When you knew Caleb Williams and like but this we did. This is a prime example. When we had Richardson, although he's a creep. He knew, okay, you know what? We got Jimmy Claus in the second round, okay? If Jimmy don't work, it's cool. Now we go get Cam. But he didn't put all his eggs in one basket. He's trying to go get somebody in that draft because it wasn't a great draft and the quarterback draft. I don't care what y'all say, bro. I don't care what y'all say. No one y'all can tell me who y'all thought Bryce Young was, bro. His intangibles and how he played his last year, there's no way y'all thought Bryce Young was going to be a game changer off his measurements alone. There's no one here who thought Bryce Young was going to be a game changer person, and there's nobody you can compare Bryce Young to from his measurements alone to a Hall of Famer. Who was he?
Hold on, question.
Early have the last point on that.
How big was Doug Flutie, bro?
Doug Flutie ain't
let him have the last point.
That's all I'm saying, though. When you look at his measurements, like who they thought he was going to be? For you to say number again, I always keep saying to y'all, it ain't the fact that Bryce Young went first round because he went first round. That's cool. Bryce Young is a guy who should went first round, but should have sat behind somebody, same way McCarthy did. You looked at Bryce Young. You looked at what he did in Alabama. You said, this is a game changer. Think about the last number one, like the last 10 to 15, 20-year number one overall quarterback picks. The Cam Newtons, the Andrew Lucks, the Trevor Lawrences. Like, these are guys that...
The Jamarcus Russells. The David Carrs.
Look, that's cool.
Early, we gotta move on.
Measurables is still better, guy.
I know you're feeling something because the Panthers are the Panthers right now, but we do have to move on. Let's move on to the guy you were just talking about, who you guys should have drafted but didn't. Let's talk about the Texans and the Colts. Random, you can figure it out.
Two great quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks out of our hands.
CJ Stroud, bro. He's really as advertised, bro. He's really special, bro. He's really special, bro.
So obviously,
I don't even think he was more special than the AR-15 this year.
Let random start. Let him
Go one at a time, please.
Random,
obviously, we expect a lot from the Texans. The one thing that really impressed me about how they won was the run game. If they can get that, Joe Mixon looked like they finally got a true workhorse back, a guy that can when the game's on the line, he can dust the game away. He can obviously catch the ball, whatever. And they're truly, you saw they got Stephon Diggs integrated early. It was. I think a lot of people are going to look at what AR-15 did because that one throw that he threw off his backfoot getting the hit. That ball was in the air for like 50-something yards. That's ridiculous.
He threw 2 60-yard passes, random.
No, I agree.
Out of a lab,
my only thing is, I think I still think there's still a lot of work in progress with him because he will have the wild plays. But if you're telling me AR-15, week 16, he has to beat the Texans for the Colts to make the playoffs, are you truly trusting AR-15 to do that? I think a lot of people.
I think he'll get better. He'll get better.
They get better, but I think a lot of people are saying yes because they're looking at his potential. When I'm like, I've already seen CJ do that. We saw Trevor Lawrence do that. I'm just saying right now, let's see him keep developing because obviously remember this is still his rookie season.
But AR-15 he got Josh Allen arm.
No, we agree. You can have Josh Allen's arm all you want. I'm just gonna keep using Jamarcus Russell could throw 60 yards like on his knees.
Not accurately though.
It's just that I want to see how. Let me see how it goes because it's still his rookie season. Remember, he missed all last season. If he played all last season, I feel a lot better about him. But right now, obviously, it was a divisional game, and Houston found a way to make all the plays in that running game. If they can get that running game very consistent, if Joe Mixon can be a top 10 back, be one of those, I think that the Texans are going to be very.
They got a great team built around him too, random. Like he ain't got to do too much neither.
And also to me, it's like
the top 7 back.
And also to me, I'm not CJ played well today, but I think the thing that's most impressive is he could have played, a lot better. And like not necessarily like with bad throws, but like just inaccurate stuff. Like he had a couple to Tank Dell. I think he could have had a touchdown to Tank Dell, like stuff like that, where it's just like in the middle of the season, he's not going to miss those throws. So I think as Random said, if they can get their Joe Mixon to really be a workhorse back for them, I think that it just opens up their offense that much more than it was last year. And obviously,
I don't know. I think a part of it was that like he had Stephon Diggs has just got at it and Joe Mixon. Like he has so many weapons. I think he has to like try to figure out the right way to use them all.
Yeah,
right.
But not like,
that's big.
I know I've been like the main CJ guy saying that like he's probably
on turf.
He's probably gonna win MVP this year, and I definitely still believe that.
Yeah, he played. He played fine today. Yeah,
Nico Collins definitely balled out. Stephon did his thing, but when it comes to AR, the fact that he's still the youngest quarterback in the league, and he's already shown like these type of flashes.
Is he younger than JJ?
He's the youngest quarterback in the league.
Like to me, yeah. No, I agree.
Young. So
yeah. The thing about AR is how young he is.
But he's really young. I'm with you.
But if he's not the youngest, then he's one of. So the fact that he's like this, that he has this much flash already, and he's only had like 17 starts since high school, like
and bouncing.
I'm imagining like 3-4 years from now, he could be like a top whatever quarterback in the league. We don't know.
AR. Shout out Shane Steichen, man. He's a genius, man. Definitely shout out Shane Steichen and what he just like turning AR into by kind of unlocking him. I do think AR obviously had some bad throws, of course, inaccurate throws. And you question how much you want him to play superhero or he does whatever to kind of do the extra thing. But the talent is there. The talent is absolutely there. AR is fantastic. The one thing that I was probably, the Giants being worried. Giants. We'll talk about the Giants. But there's two things I was really wrong about. The Giants defense stopping the Vikings and Anthony Richardson. I thought Anthony Richardson wasn't going to cook this year. I was hesitant, but I was wrong. Those are the two things I was wrong about. So AR is really one of them ones. And the Texans, they struggled because the Colts were doing some crazy things. I think they'll get back into, and I'm not worried about that defense. The offense, though, I mean, I agree with Lonnie. They're still figuring things out. I don't think people should overreact with Stephon Diggs getting 2 touchdowns because they're just designed touchdowns. So it was kind of easy touchdowns, I'm not gonna lie. It seems like those plays were meant for Tank Dell, and now there's Stephon Diggs. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, it feels like they're going to use.
Yeah, but last thing. You know who was really that guy? Who's the number 1 receiver? We pushing it. We staying on this train. Nico Collins is one of them ones. I don't know why people were disrespecting him before the season started, but every big play that CJ Stroud needed, he threw it to 1, 2. Nico Collins to make a big play.
I just want to figure out though if again we'll see throughout the season if Joe Mixon is really that guy like this again, or if the Colts run defense is just really bad. I don't expect Joe Mixon to have
It
a
can
game
also
like
be
this.
that the Bengals offensive line was just also that bad last year.
Thank you,
I mean,
because Joe Mixon was still
maybe.
1,000 yards back with the Bengals.
Joe Mixon was okay.
We'll see.
He's
Look,
always
look,
been
we'll
great.
see. I just want to know. We'll see.
Yeah, but he was
We'll
okay
see.
last
And
year,
he's
but he
one of
still
the
looked
better
like he
dual
took a
backs
step
in
back.
the league.
No,
Yeah, when I watched Joe Mixon last year, I didn't see Washed at all.
I mean,
I
no,
didn't see
he's
Washed at all.
slow-footed though.
No, I disagree. I mean, there's going to be
think
times. I'm not saying that he was perfect, but there's going to be times where every running back is slow-footed. But I genuinely believe that Joe Mixon is going to have a good year this year.
I also think this game, the Colts could have easily won this game if Jonathan Taylor didn't look rusty.
Well, that's what I thought was so impressive.
Regular Jonathan Taylor game, the Colts win this game.
That's what I thought was so impressive.
It's just like people were telling me that Saquon Barkley was washed, but if you're like a Riddell, like I actually watched Giants game. I grew up a Giants fan, like rooting for the Giants. My father was a Giants fan. You knew Saquon Barkley just needed O-line. Like I think Joe Mixon, that's one of them guys in the league who like.
Yeah, but Saquon was more obvious.
He was gonna get busy.
Yeah, but no, we're not gonna go to compare Saquon to Joe Mixon. Saquon is like, okay, you understood his situation.
Yeah,
Mixon, I still think he was in a better situation than Saquon by a mile, and I still saw him. Again, there was holes where he was just missing again with the Bengals. Maybe.
What I'm saying though, we saw bums though, Jalen, get off. I watched Miles Sanders be a back who got paid from us because we thought he was legit. I watched DeAndre Swift get paid by the Bears because he's legit, but I watched him with Detroit Lions and he wasn't you know what with them. So what I'm saying is that there are backs that are worse than Joe Mixon, way worse, that have gotten off on good old lines. Joe Mixon is a guy who can literally be a top 7 back and be somewhere where he can get loose. Like Joe Mixon got it all, bro. He can catch. He's a big, durable back. He don't get hurt a lot. Like Joe Mixon really do. He always had
Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was
he's young. I think he's like 26. He ain't old.
You can't stack the box against. You can't stack the box against CJ Stroud.
He just needs to be better than Devin Singletary. That's all he needs.
Joe Mixon's first like 3 years in the league,
and you'd be fine. That's the reason why they brought him in, to be better than Devin Singletary, who's now the Giants running back. So,
yeah, let's not slander Devin Singletary. Let's slander the Giants.
Almost okay.
So we think Houston can beat KC.
Could they? Sure, they could.
Yeah, so they could.
But will they? No.
That offense. Need to see more from the offense in order to declare that before it happens.
I'm never betting against the Chiefs, but
we know
all right,
that.
Let's move on to the Giants-Vikings game.
Just so y'all know, Joe Mixon has been 1,100 yards or better 4 out of his 7 years in the league.
Bro, in the first 3 years was dog water. The first 3 years were dog water teams with the Bengals. Dog water.
Yeah.
So just keep.
It was also was it? No, that was a different running back. Never mind. All right, so let's go to the Giants-Vikings game. And they actually kind of interviewed Malik Neighbors, speaking of #free neighbors, and they asked him about Daniel Jones, and he said, "I don't know what's going on back there." That basically tells you all you need to know.
That's tough. That's tough.
That is sad, bro. That is sad.
You want to know what's weird, man? And I know this is something
about Daniel Jones, man.
I know this is something that sounds weird, but when I went to go see the Giants game, it was the last game of the season when they played the Rams and they lost to the Rams, right? I remember us being in the parking lot with Trent at the players' side, and I remember seeing Daniel Jones. And I remember seeing him and thinking, like, I swear to God, I really mean this. Like, I remember looking at Daniel Jones, looking like, that's Daniel Jones. And he just seemed like some guy that like worked at Walmart or something. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious. Like, his eye, like, he seemed like he didn't care. That's why when I said in the chat that I don't even think he likes playing football. Like, I truly don't think Joe, not Joe, I said Joe Mixon. I truly don't believe that Daniel Jones even likes football, bro. I promise you, when I looked the man in his eyes, he seemed like a guy who like just worked at the Giants Stadium. He didn't even seem like he played football. Like, the moxie about him, it just seemed like a regular old guy. Like, I'm just here, man. I promise you, it was weird, man. Like,
he got 160 million reasons to just chill.
Whatever, man. All right, let me finish up what I was talking about when it comes to the Giants. Trying to watch this team, I really want Malik Neighbors to succeed. I still think it's possible. I didn't expect the defense. Like I said, there's two things that I was legit wrong about in this week one, and I didn't think the defense was going to let Sam Darnold torch us like he did this game. I didn't.
Is this the comeback of Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold looked amazing.
It's Brett Favre Packers team.
I wouldn't go that far, but Kevin O'Connell is a genius. Aaron Jones is a beast. Let's be very clear about this. Aaron Jones is a beast. Now they have a run game. And Justin Jefferson wasn't even going crazy, even though that one slant he did and caught, that was a great throw and catch by Jettis. And
what do you mean now they have a run game? Like Dalvin Cook didn't play there for years. What's going on?
I'm talking about last year. They didn't have a run game. And the year before. I wasn't even talking about the Dalvin Cook years.
Okay.
The last few years they didn't have a run game. Last year they had the worst run game in the NFL. They had Alexander Madison running the ball, but now they got a legit run game. This team could be sneaky. They can be sneaky. I do think they just was playing the Giants,
right?
But I think for the most part they will be a team that can win 6 games this year.
Yeah,
6, maybe even 7. Just Sam Darnold needs to not choke. And I don't know where that pass rush is because Sam Darnold looked very comfortable. So, Kayvon,
I think
Brian Burns, Dexter, you need to lock.
Jordan Love.
I think
6 weeks they're gonna win more.
And I'm not trying to slander Sam Darnold. He played well, and in the Vikings, I think I agree with everything Riddell said. But I think this is Giants are gonna be the worst team in the NFL this year. And I booked it for Denver, which isn't looking bad right now. And I said it for Seattle. I was worried, but after today, I mean. You got no pass rush. I don't necessarily think that's because there's not talent on the pass rush. These guys are done. I think they're done with Daniel Jones, man. I think it's time to move on from Daniel Jones, man. I mean, he's trolling out there. I mean, Deshaun Watson played horrible, but Daniel Jones was considerably worse today. No, Daniel Jones was considerably worse.
Daniel Jones was worse. The thing is, Daniel Jones cannot throw it past 20 yards, bro.
It's embarrassing,
he can't throw it past 10 yards. It's all he does is screens, jags, check downs, and he looks, my first read's not there. All right, let me run it for like 3 yards because I am white Michael Vick. I'm tired of
dude. Shoot, Michael Vick is a better passer in Atlanta than this fool. In year 7 or whatever it is. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, bro, he overthrew a screen pass. Like, come on. Right. Like, what are we doing? Like, bro, and this is the thing. The Giants, I'm not trying to crap on the Giants, but they're hiding behind this 2007 and 2011 championship run. They need to put that behind them, put Daniel Jones behind them, and just take Malik Neighbors and start over. And if you want
to not even get a quarterback in the draft, or get like a backup, I don't care if it was Joe Flacco, to not get nobody.
Our backup is Drew Lock, bro.
But that's my thing, to not get a young backup or somebody who can maybe excite the franchise. I don't know, but just something, man. I don't know, man.
You were talking about David Tepper being a terrible owner, man. The Giants owner is a terrible owner, bro.
Has he been the owner the whole time?
He is. No, he is. He's
I don't know how long he's been the owner.
That Giants owner drafted Eli got 2 Super Bowls, so I don't know about that.
Let me see if it's him. Let me see who's.
It's a family-owned business. It's been in his family since the beginning. So yeah.
Lewis. What's it called? Daniel Jones played worse than Deshaun Watson did. I hope you know that, Lewis. Let's be real about that. Deshaun Watson was bad, but he had his starting left tackles out. We can talk about that game later, but.
I'm sorry. He still sucked too.
He sucked. No, he sucked. But that's how bad Daniel Jones was today. Is that he made Deshaun Watson not the worst quarterback today.
Daniel Jones
at least Deshaun Watson used to be good though. Daniel Jones was never 100%. Good.
Deshaun Watson was really one of them ones. His last year,
even when you watch the year Daniel Jones had that we all consider his best year, that was a very mid year,
and it was a super lucky year. They got very lucky.
What was that? What was the stats? 24 and 15 or something like that.
Yes,
2022.
I don't even think he had 3,000. No, he had 3,200.
Wait, no, it was. Oh, it's rookie. You're talking about rookie year,
but it was lucky. It was a very lucky season.
It was his second or third year.
But the year he won that playoff game. I mean,
that's the only thing.
That's why I got paid.
I miss Saquon Barkley.
Yes,
any team would, of course. Any team would.
But then when you said that, I feel like you need one of them life alert necklaces around your neck.
Bro, oh man, we'll probably save it for Wednesday, but because like everybody
was that the year he was 15-5 though? Riddell, was he 15-5 that year?
What?
I don't even think he had 20 touchdowns.
Yeah,
it just feels weird that like the Giants, they wanted to see anything. Like it was like y'all, I don't care what he gave y'all, just give us something that's just comparable. We gonna pay you. It's like they was pressed to pay him.
They were desperate, man.
Most of Eli. And they saw that dumb look on his face, and they was like, you know what? Eli had the dumb look on his face too, like he didn't want to be here. And we see something in him. Maybe it was
Eli had the dumb look, but
Dale Jones, Joe Flacco, they do that dumb look on their face, like I'm just out here, because Eli had that dumb look. I'm just out here, look.
But Eli was actually thinking. Daniel Jones,
he was Eli Manning and Peyton's like protege, They have.
I heard they vouched for.
Like they have, their family friends.
As much as Giants fans, my bad, Lonnie. As much as Giants fans love Eli, he was the reason. He was a big reason why the Giants paid Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they're
even goats make terrible GM mistakes. LeBron James
also. How do we feel about Riddell saying that Eli Manning's the GOAT?
You guys went years without getting me a goddamn receiver, so I'm gonna troll back on you guys, and I'm gonna get you to get Daniel Jones.
He got paid because of the playoff win. He got paid because of the playoff win.
Random. How do we feel?
All right, let's go to a different game. Speaking of,
he's not the GOAT of the Giants. Lawrence Taylor exists.
I know. That's what I said.
He's the offensive GOAT.
No. I know what Riddell was doing. Riddell, I'm not taking a shot. I know what he's doing.
Offensive GOAT.
Anyway, when it comes down to young quarterbacks in their debut game, look no further than Caleb Williams versus Will Levis, the Titans versus the Bears. One thing I will say to start it off personally is this game went exactly how I expected, but probably even more so because I was like, the defense were going to be the main players. I expected it to be a lower scoring game. It was to an extent. I don't even know if it's really that it was that low scoring, but the defense went above and beyond what I expected, and the offense was worse than I expected. So even though the young mistakes were bound to happen, I don't know what is more impressive, how bad Caleb and Will Levis played or how good the Bears and Titans defense played. I don't know.
I tell you what was impressive. Listen, boy, that boy Snead had DJ in a child seat in the back with the child safety locks on it and the strong seat belt. You know the strong seat belt that you gotta like fickle with because it's real tight. Boy, he had that boy in a car seat in the back seat. It was terrible, man.
That was dangerous.
Yeah, regardless, I don't want to hear that Will Levis is better than Tua.
No. That's a load. That's a load.
We'll move on from that. Will Levis has a lot to prove. He has a lot to show.
But wait, can I just say? I'm not making excuses for Caleb Williams because he played bad today. Number one, you had to drop touchdown by Keenan Allen. That was unacceptable. Number two, all right, are the Bears just going to continue to do this where they just have terrible play calling with their young quarterbacks? Like, I understand at the end of the day, it's the quarterback's job to make it right. But like when I look at that 3rd and 6 play at the end of that game where you're running basically a play action screen pass, you have 5 Tennessee defenders swarming Caleb Williams, and that was the majority of the play calls today. Like something is going on there, and Matt Eberflus as a defensive coach is fine, but his offensive schemes with him as head coach have been freaking trash, and they need to fix it because Caleb Williams is not going to come in here and play like.
I don't know if I'm going to go that far because I was watching. Caleb sometimes held to the ball too long. Like we have to
definitely
critical. We do have to be critical. He's the number 1 overall pick. He deserves.
Not making excuses.
I do think it was good. Obviously, that they won. I still think they're a playoff team. I think he will get better because he is a rookie. But usually rookies do bad at game 1. That's just how it happened. Yeah. Caleb was holding the ball too long. He was not reading blitz as well, and he was throwing bad passes. Like there was, he had Keenan Allen,
no adjustments at the line.
Even though
I did say Riddell, I said this back on the PC.
He also overthrew Keenan Allen in a different pass. So
I
like,
said this back on the PC days. Him playing with USC was going to hurt him a little bit because he was able to freestyle so much over there. I think some was going to carry on to the NFL.
I mean, it's
now,
just
I don't
game
think
one.
it'll stay that way. I think it will chill out. But I think he kind of went back to USC where like I'm doing too much. I'm holding the ball too long, and that's mostly because he could at USC. So I think a little bit of that kind of roll. You got to lose the habit of that. I think a little bit of the roll into this game. And like you said, I watched the game. He was holding the ball a little too long, trying to freestyle a little too long. But he did make a couple plays with his legs to kind of surprise me, a couple first downs. But yeah, I'm with you. I just think that USC kind of got into him a little bit. He became Caleb USC, and it's like, hey man, this is NFL. You can't do that.
Yeah. No,
but
he did not play.
I agree, but also like in terms of like first round, the first picks in the draft, like I think that the last 5 QBs, they all lost like their first game, and so
they
the
all
fact
played
that
bad too. You could
Makes
say.
sense. They're usually all on bad teams.
yeah, but no, he didn't play
DJ.
well. Like I thought he was gonna play a lot better than what he did. Snead did strap up DJ. I didn't expect that. I'm kind of hurting from that for my fantasy team, but not like Riddell said. I still think they're a playoff team, but
that boy Snead a 99 press on Madden. Nah, I did. That boy got bottleneck.
Yeah, the defense besides Sweat, like they did impress me. So like I'm happy with what I saw in terms of like the pressure that they were putting on. So if they're gonna be top 10 while Caleb's slowly getting into form, I think that they're in good shape.
Yeah,
I think Riddell highlighted all of Caleb's weaknesses. I've been a notorious Caleb hater for a while. I just don't see the superstar that everyone kind of sees. I think he's closer to like I think his ceiling might be like peak Russell Wilson.
well, that's still really good.
Hey,
Which is
That's
fine.
really good.
I heard
And don't be
DJ Moore
surprised if they
fell
steal a
short
playoff
of me
game.
after the game for assault battery.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, let's move on to the last 1 o'clock game, which is another one of the best games of the 1 o'clock schedule and probably week 1. Jaguars versus Dolphins ended up a very close game with a big comeback from Tua and the Dolphins late at that game. Tyreek Hill obviously went crazy. And Travis Etienne was looking not good at all. So
Hey, Riddell,
What about Trevor Lawrence? What about Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I can't
Like, I got
believe
that
that
back
Riddell
when I
decided to use that. I
Ain't no
cannot
way
believe
you just skipped over
Wait,
Trevor
can we
Lawrence.
be
What does that
honest?
sound?
Wait, can we be honest about Trevor Lawrence and honest about the fact that he was up 14 with the Dolphins looking horrible? And like, come on, bro. Enough of this Trevor Lawrence stuff. Let's not give him excuses here. Because if Dak Prescott blows that lead against Cleveland today, what are we saying about Dak Prescott? We're coming in here bashing him.
We better be killing Kyler Murray later when we talk about it. He was up too.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
we
I'm
don't
saying.
have the same expectations on Kyler as we do Trevor Lawrence. When I'm talking about
They're
what
around the
Riddell
same
thinks
tier.
about him, Riddell thinks he's a top 8 quarterback.
So you think he chucked Riddell?
I already said he was like 10 to 13 before we started.
He had a bad game.
Riddell, did he choke?
Lawrence had a bad game.
Who, Trevor?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different when it's 28-3 versus,
He wasn't
there
even
you go.
bad.
There
He was
you go.
fine.
very, very different if I say so myself, not gonna lie.
He just-
But even
In this
that,
situation, I will say obviously not getting certain first downs is tough. I would say the Jaguars, watching them, there's a lot to like about what the Jaguars were doing. There's a lot to dislike in terms of the offensive line still not protecting them well. Travis Etienne was looking worse than Tank Bigsby, and that fumble at the 1 yard line changed the momentum for this team
Completely. Travis.
Yeah, Travis. I don't know if it was anybody up here, but I know a lot of people like Travis, but this was not a great game by him by any means. And yeah, I think they definitely needed to end the game. Obviously, make some more throws at the end. I would have to rewatch what happened at the end, but I do know that he wasn't able to get the ball off. So yeah, you can't choke that lead. But also shout out the Dolphins, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
On the bright side with the Jaguars. On the bright side with the Jaguars, Brian Thomas did look like a future number 1.
Yeah.
Tua does not deserve Tyreek Hill. Oh my God, Tyreek Hill.
Here we go, bro.
Tua's stat line is living off of
unfair,
Tyreek
man.
Hill. Tua's stat line is
Tua alone.
Nah,
Tua is
hold on,
like,
hold
what is
on,
that?
hold
What is
on.
that
You
breathing
know
noise?
it.
Yeah,
Tua's
No,
like the
no,
ugly.
his stat line
He's like
looks
the
sort of
ugly.
better
He's
for
like
the
the he's
Titans.
like the ugly dude with the cute girlfriend. Like you don't deserve her,
I
man.
rated though. I gotta give him credit, but no, that's real. That's
Oh,
actually
Early's
real.
been in that
Cheers.
situation.
He
countless
threw for
times.
like
Crazy.
350 plus passing yard. Leave him.
No,
be.
I think no. Honestly, look, man, I'm gonna have a different perspective too.
Comeback win
He
too.
started. He didn't play at the beginning, but I
You
mean,
and
he
me, Rick
did.
Brandon? What is
He,
that
wait,
blood
wait,
noise?
wait.
What
but
is
people,
that?
Wait,
What
Yeah,
is that
he's like,
sound, yo?
someone's like blowing it. Oh, he's snoring.
Someone
Someone's
asleep.
Yo, is
asleep
someone
for real.
snoring?
He's asleep for real.
Who?
not me.
Somebody was legit snoring just now.
Is it Jay?
Nobody. I don't think anybody's sleeping. It doesn't
I
look
heard
like
that, but
Is
I
it Jay?
breathing.
Bro, is that or someone?
That's
else took a ball?
Jalen. That's Jalen.
That's 100% not me, or someone took like a bong hit. I'm telling you.
That
No,
it sounded like a ball.
Yeah. See, someone
Is
just-
that
Yeah,
you, Randall?
I think that's
No, it's
Hefe.
not.
I think that's
Everybody
Hefe.
be quiet. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Who's being? I think I don't know. Maybe it's early.
Somebody
bro. Maybe
being
he's bro.
Oh,
That's
trust
early.
me, it's
That's
Pepe. I
early.
swear to God, it's Pepe.
Okay.
No,
I
I
swear
feel
to
like,
God, it's him.
Oh, that's early. That's early. That's 100.
early?
no, it's Early's
Early.
Mike.
It is
Early's
100% early, bro.
It's Early's Mike.
He's
But
smoking
no.
a blunt right now.
I mean,
Yeah, early.
Early me,
Tua-
fellas. I'm in
No, muted. I
August.
was just muted.
Wait, Tua did what we all criticized Tua for, which is not being able to be the guy that wins you the game. And I don't care that Tyreek Hill got wide open. He hit him, and he won him that game fair and square. He led him down that drive in 2 minute quarters. So Tua, good
This
for
is
you,
not
man.
fair, man.
I could have
Wow,
hit
man.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's so good.
No, you couldn't have,
Man,
Jalen. No, you
He
couldn't
was
have.
just in
Tyreek Hill got up, I
handcuffs.
cleared him.
What is
That is
what
Jalen.
happened in the hair?
That is
Like,
Jalen.
what
No,
100%
I
is not
swear
me.
it's early.
100% is not.
No, it actually might be
It's
Jalen. It actually might be Jalen.
It's
Bro,
so weird.
100% not.
It's
Whatever.
not me.
It's not me.
I didn't. I low key.
See?
need
I mean,
cameras on, bro.
Who is
We
that?
need cameras on, bro, at this point, because I don't know who keeps making that sound. What is going on?
See, I've been
You gotta
muted this
be
whole
Jay.
time, so nobody's saying it's
No,
me.
it's probably Hefe. Hefe, just mute for like 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Let's see if it rocks.
I don't think Heaven's not even moving though.
I know. I don't see his mouth moving either, but
If we're gonna say
Justin Lewis
Jalen
said somebody
by
on the
default.
ventilator.
someone on a ventilator. That's facts, bro.
Jalen doing some weird stuff.
I'm keeping my mic. I'm keeping my
Bro,
mic.
might be
Okay.
somebody's background too. Like if they're, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe it's the headphones or something. All right,
I don't know.
I am
figure
wearing
this thing
headphones.
out.
I think Jalen's doing something weird in the background. Don't
When
worry.
we watch this goddamn replay of the video, I'm gonna say something in the chat.
Shout out to Jags Dolphins though. Overall, it was a good game. I'm not mad in this game. I think both of them played well. Next, let's move on to the 4 o'clock game. So to start off, we will start off with Hefe's team. Bucks took care of business against the Commanders, but Jaden Daniels arguably the best rookie quarterback performance of the week. How are we feeling about Bucks and Commanders, Hefe? What are you thinking?
Man, bro, when I tell you I'm proud of my guys, I'm proud of my guys, man. We lost 3 cornerbacks in that game. We came in 2 D tackles short, and we got it done. There was no like real live. Of course, this is the Commanders, whatever. Jaden Daniels played amazing, bro. Like the dude is very elusive. The dude can really play, and he's ready to put a stamp on the league. And we went in there and got it done with 2 corner.
That's
with
what the
only 2
Panthers need,
quarterbacks.
man. We the 4-3 guy on the team playing quarterback, man. Damn it.
But we only had 2 cornerbacks, bro. We was down 2 defensive linemen. We got it done. I like how I look. But
Do you
Jaden
think,
Daniels is
do you
definitely
think
that
it's
guy.
bad for y'all moving on though?
Huh?
And Baker Mayfield played pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, I think Baker looked awesome today, bro. Like
Shout out 30 people in the chat.
I think Baker looked great today, bro. Baker went in there, had commanded the offense, made the throws, scored when we needed to score, separated from, mediocrity when he needed to. It was a good game from Baker, bro.
He broke Hella's like he was supposed to get sacked and he broke like so many of them. Shout out Baker. He's a tiny, for football standards, tiny, stocky, tough dude.
boss,
to bring
though.
down.
Oh, yeah, he's 6'1", bro. Stocky. Baker's stocky.
This was a good game by the Bucks, but this doesn't really mean much to me. They're playing against the Commanders.
I'm gonna say this though. Low key, my bad for cutting you off, Riddell. Chris Godwin is going to have a crazy year, bro.
All right, now. I know.
Mike Evans
Maybe.
was also fantastic.
Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans was awesome. Mike Evans was awesome.
Mike Evans was
I want to
crazy.
say because Trent said this while we on Mike Evans. I want to say this. Does anybody think Mike Evans is overrated?
No.
No, I think he gets
I
overhated.
think he's a little.
I think it's
overrated.
overhated. Like,
Yeah, I think he might get overrated.
Trent claims people. I told Trent, I said, how can he be overrated when no one talks about him? He said, please talk about him. Who talks about Mike Evans?
Well,
He's
yeah,
literally been the top.
I think
He's
he's
been the
been
top. We're going to look back at history and say that, like, he was stat wise, he's been a top 10 receiver for like 10 years, but no one says that about him. They speak about every other receiver.
If Mike gets 2 more 1,000-yard seasons after the
He
season,
gonna be almost 14,000 yards. He gonna be top.
he will have
7 in
2
receiving yards
more
all time.
1,000-yard seasons, 2 more 1,000-yard receiving seasons than the greatest receiver of all time.
I'll say this about Mike Evans.
I
Calvin Johnson.
To be
like
fair,
that receiver also played 20 years. So I'm just,
well, to be fair,
He also
Harley,
played with
to
Joe
your
Montana
point,
and Steve Young too.
Facts.
yeah.
I
To
mean,
be
Calvin
fair, to
Johnson
your
played
point,
that.
real quick. The reason why Trent says Mike Evans overrated is because I've also seen players. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying the reason why he says it. I've also seen a lot of players put Mike Evans in like top 5 receiver rankings. Like
He's in the conversation. Though. He
time?
could be in conversations top 5 every year.
no, right now.
He
right
could be in
now.
that conversation. I'm not mad at it.
but Mike Evans will be like, y'all understand. Mike Evans, when he retires, will be probably 14,000 yards all time. He'll be 115 to 20 touchdowns. He'll be probably top 15 in receptions. Like, I'll be honest with you, for a guy who probably ran a 4.7 and very tall and lanky, but literally, like I said, he ain't like he played with the best guys of all time and a Super Bowl under his belt. Like, who ain't so many guys you want to have a career at receiver than Mike Evans? Like, that's a dog. I was thinking Mike Evans' career.
And Mike Evans,
a lot of niggas.
So there's a good medium because like some people do overrate Mike Evans, but like every year he's been like a top 10, 11, 12 receiver
very
every
consistent.
year. I feel like
every year it's been like my quarterback suck. I'm still gonna tell you.
Yeah, so
I
feel
think
like the fact that he's so consistent every year, like it might not be elite wide receiver production, but it's still very good wide receiver production every year, and that should be appreciated.
He just has no ESPN highlights.
Yeah, he might be one of the greatest. Like, he might be one of the greatest.
No,
like, tall
Jalen,
body receivers.
Mike Evans has ESPN highlight tape. Of course.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, if you look at like other top 5, top 7, top 8 receivers, they're a lot more exciting to watch and probably have more.
I bet they're not.
That's cool, but when the stats gonna show he's better.
Hefe knows Mike Evans is
better than show that he's great. But at the same time,
Mike Evans has on the one-hand catches. Mike Evans has cooked some of the best DBs in football.
Awesome, but at the same time, to the other people's point, like there's not going to be a single year where you're like, oh, Mike Evans was the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, that's the argument to me.
That's their argument.
Yeah, the argument is
he's always been top 10, and like maybe sometimes he peaked around like 5 or 6, but he's never been like a top 2.
He's never been top 2.
But him being top 10, like the understand top 10 is not crazy though. Ain't like we said top 3, top 10. You can't name 9 receivers better than Mike Evans.
I don't think you can name 10 receivers better than Mike Evans. And be honest with yourself.
Look, I think
let's not go there.
The only reason I'm saying that, Riddell, is that everybody you'd probably name fell off at a certain point, whether it's due to injury or performance. Like,
you're talking all time?
No. I'm not talking. I'm just talking. If you're looking at from the time he started, like for instance, I feel like a lot of people would take Odell Beckham Jr. over Mike Evans. The problem is Odell got hurt.
Oh, for sure. I think Odell
got hurt.
That was like when you watch the Daniel Tomlinson, right? For 10 years, Daniel Tomlinson was a top 5 to 10 running back. Guys came and went. You had your Chris Johnsons, you had like LaDavion Bell. You had guys come and go before Sean Alexander's. But for a very long time, LT was consistent. I feel like Mike Evans the same way. Guys come and went.
I'm not mad at that. No, I agree.
And Mike Evans has always stood 10 toes down. Damn near 1,200.
Is Mike Evans the Frank Gore? Is he Frank Gore?
He'll give you 8 to 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's
I would have taken Frank Gore as a better option because LT
was better.
I still think
he was in
a lot of his career. People would say he's the best running back in the league.
Yeah, he was in the higher
2006 where he was unquestioned. Frank Gore is the move out.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, so Frank Gore is like
Frank Gore would have been.
Yeah, but even Frank Gore or Steven Jackson. They were 1,000-yard backs for season after season after season. Again, I think because Mike Evans is a 1,600-yard guy, but I'll take 1,000 yard guy every
For a
season for
decade.
12,
he does
13
have a
years.
15-yard.
All right,
He does
wait.
have a 1,500-yard season. in his belt.
Wait. Yeah, in his
Yeah, he
first
does.
wait. His first 4 years of his career, Mike Evans was low key a 1,500, 1,600 receiver. Like Mike Evans is one of those guys where he came into the league in his prime. Like that
He
was
dominated straight away, bro. Mind you, he picked up the torch from Vincent Jackson, bro.
Yeah. He was definitely he took
R.I.P.
a little
Vincent
bit
Jackson.
before he took over for Vincent.
R.I.P.
But to kind of reroute to when it comes to this game a little bit, because for the most part, a lot of the rookie quarterbacks were pretty bad. Like Caleb played bad. Bo Nix played bad, even though they almost had a comeback victory. Jaden Daniels probably played the smoothest football out of all of them. It still wasn't great. It was pretty meh, all things considered. But I do think there's some bright things to look at him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brian Robinson, the feature back. What are some of the pros and cons we think about?
I think I'm happy with how Jaden Daniels plays. I literally think that based off of the game script, based off of how good the Bucs defense is, I understand 2 cornerbacks go out, but I just thought he played steady football. He wasn't trying to do too much. And in a game like that where you're down a lot and you still find a way to come back, I mean, I'm excited. I would say more about the Bucs, but I want to see them against a better team because I just expect them to be able to do this against better teams. But from the Jaden Daniels perspective, yes, I think that they're going to be happy with him for the future.
I think I think he did a lot of really good things today, but I also think, for instance, when Daryl Johnson said it, he's like, "Yo, this is like the second or third time his helmet's popped off."
Yeah,
and like things like that, where like even the way he slid, like he's sliding, but he's doing like a weird somersault when he slides. Because I understand he's probably trying to get the extra yard. Like
he reminds me of a Randall Cunningham. He has a wiggly body. Like they
he's just doing a lot of like rookie things right now. Where the one thing I remember, there was a quote in the game where they said, "What's the one thing you've noticed so far about being an NFL quarterback?" He's like, I never realized how ball savvy cornerbacks are. They don't just get there; they can get the ball too. And I noticed it felt like the few times he really wanted to take a chance. The few times he really wanted to take a chance,
Brian Thomas Jr. and Malik Neighbors no more, nigga.
Like he was worried, and then he would take off, which I think he really did a really good job of taking off. I just wish he would slide regularly. And also, bro, I don't care what you have to do. You're running into the goal line, and Antoine Winfield Jr. is hitting you. D lineman's on top of you, and your helmet is off, bro. Like these little things are gonna get you hurt.
You should be more worried because they ruined RG3 career. So like, think about that. And Jaden Daniels is a little guy. Like he's a bony Tony. Like he ain't no big back. He's a bony Tony that can literally, and his body's really wiggly. One wrong hit could be a doozy for him. So he needs to be more careful.
Yeah, let me finish this off. Now I'm gonna stop. The Bucs did exactly what they're supposed to do. They were the better team. They walked out there. The one thing that I understand, Baker showed a lot of really great pocket mobility. Like he just, like Riddell said, there were 3 or 4 times they who's their nose tackle, one of their D tackles, had him dead to rights. He somehow got out of there and was able to run and get a first down or even get 5 yards. I'm very high on the Bucs this year. Could they possibly, depending on how things shake out, do make some really big noise in the playoffs? Yeah, because I think they have everything you need. And like Todd Bowles said, why not have us in the Super Bowl conversation? Am I picking them against the 49ers? No. Am I picking them against the Eagles right now? No. But I think they're going to be a very tough team to beat because they're very good.
They make the playoffs to me, especially with the Packers getting hurt.
Look, if Atlanta doesn't pick up, this is division. This is their division. The Saints.
I told y'all this is our division, bro. I told y'all this is our division.
Hefe, I agree with you. I picked the Bucs.
Relax.
No. My only problem is I picked the Bucs before the season to win the division because that's what they've done for 5 straight years now. Hefe,
yeah,
they've won the division.
Yes, sir.
They're just a very good team.
Yeah, they've stayed steady, random ever since Tom Brady got there. They it wasn't like once he left, they fell apart like a lot of teams do. They stayed steady after him. Like it's he brought something there and it stayed there.
Well, because they didn't blow it up.
We need to give them a lot of love for obviously handling the departure of Tom Brady in a very good way. Jason Light been still drafting very well. They got a very good team
Jason
problem
Light,
is,
low key, one of the GOAT GMs, bro. One of the GOAT GMs. I just want to say that,
GOAT
bro.
GM is crazy. GOAT
Y'all should
GM
have
is
kept
crazy.
Carl Davis.
He's
He's
very
he's
good.
a
For
homer.
Tampa, bro. For Tampa, yeah, bro. We have not had nobody. Listen, bro. Mind you, we've brought in good quarterbacks in the past, and we haven't kept nobody. Like a lot of guys leave because we don't keep guys. Jason Light has kept guys in house.
Marley just basically took what I'm going to say. The thing is, for me to fully dive onto the train and saying that the Bucs could go to the NFC Championship game, we have to see them play a tough team like the Lions, like the Eagles, and they have to find a way. Like Eagles they have to, if they even we have to believe that they can actually go into these places and actually have a chance to win.
That Lions O-line is finna have a Bucs.
And also credit to them.
And that Lions O-line
really,
is finna have the Bucs in a headlock. I swear to
wait,
God.
Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you, Earl. Watch what I tell you. We are going to give them fits next week, bro. We're going to give them fits. Listen, bro. A lot of people forget about number 50 for us, bro. Vita Vea is a guy, bro. We're gonna have a lot of.
Just a guy when you play the Lions.
Pause.
All right.
We will save that for our predictions on Saturday. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Speaking of another rookie quarterback, Bo Nix did not have a great game. Mike McDonald has created another crazy defense with the Seahawks. They were making it. Their secondary especially had them on lock. Mike McDonald doing
that corner play is very, very nice. That corner play is very nice.
Oh, for sure.
How DK do? How DK do?
Oh, with
DK might be
I'm not gonna lie to you.
losing.
If you really watch, see, that's the thing, Lonnie. Can you honestly, Lonnie? Did you watch the game, Lonnie? For real?
Not
Bro,
that
he
game.
was on. It was on.
Yeah,
Lock.
like no.
He was on lock that game. Yes,
But Gino missed him a couple times too. He did.
Oh, Gino was playing trash.
Thank you, Riddell. Thank you, man. I don't know.
Sam Howell's not the answer either. Early,
please.
Sam
But
Howell's
you know
not
who
the
was
answer.
I only
trash?
saw bits and parts. I only saw bits and
Kenneth
parts of
Walker
the Seahawks
dominated.
game, but
Dominated.
I just
You're
saw
right,
that.
sure did.
That's my running back one, baby. Give me that.
No, but I really only saw the 29 yards. I was like, God. It's like, okay.
Look, yeah.
I mean,
Hey, Lockett looked good,
the
though,
Broncos got two safeties. I've never seen that happen before in a game.
Almost got
that was
three.
embarrassing, man.
They almost had three.
They almost got three. I did see the highlight of the third one, like the almost third one.
Go ahead. Let me stop.
All
I
I'm gonna say is Seattle, because of that defense right now and the fact that they literally were trolling super hard and still won that game. I'm taking them out of my bottom worst team in the league rankings. But the Broncos stay in there because, as I said in previous episodes, you just don't have enough around Bo Nix. You just don't. Like, this is not gonna work.
Well, this ain't Oregon.
Hey, bro, I called Mo about that Bo Nix take, bro. He is hurt, bro.
And it's not even about Bo. As I said when I made the take that Bo's going to have a good season.
No need to overreact.
No, I'm not overreacting, but my point is it's not about Bo.
Because, even though Bo Nix didn't play well,
it's not about Bo.
Came back and beat the Seahawks.
No, it's not about Bo.
They were down by a touchdown. It was 2026.
Okay, we can you can talk about that all you want, but the Seahawks gave up two safeties, brother, two. And all I'm saying,
Bo threw two picks.
Wait, I'm not talking about Bo. I'm not saying Bo doesn't have talent or he's a bust. What I'm saying is you didn't put enough talent around Bo. That's the problem with it, and it goes on Sean Payton. If this is what it's going to be, it's on Sean Payton. I'm sorry.
But Mike,
they almost won.
They're rebuilds. Like, honestly,
bro, they almost won in the luckiest. Riddell, I like how you say they almost won with no context. That was a lucky. They were lucky to be in that game. You're talking about giving up 100 yards on the ground. You're talking about two safeties. You're talking about a bad pick by Geno Smith at the beginning of the game, and you have Bo Nix throwing 42 times. It's not a good combination. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he was. I mean, the fact that Sean Payton got this team to play as good as they did today, other than Bo Nix.
You'll take whatever you can about Nix, bro.
This is game one of Bo Nix's career in the NFL. And the Broncos almost won this game. They saying that they don't have enough talent. I'm not sure I'm there. I think Bo Nix just needs to fix a lot of stuff, and they'll be right back at it.
This game being that close scares me.
I don't know
about
how
Seattle.
you can say that, Riddell. What makes you
Geno
say
Smith
that?
ain't it.
Michael,
The defense
I can
played
answer-
really.
Michael,
Okay,
Michael,
sorry.
I can answer that question. The only reason why I said Sean Payton had no trust in Bo Nix, especially pushing the ball down the field, right?
Yeah.
And the few times the Seahawks should have had like 6 picks today. Six of them. Like obviously,
Agreed.
the Julian Love interception was magnificent. Just tricked him. Got there. The one that he threw the triple coverage across the field, across his body, was inexcusable. But there were so many that there were droppers.
W random watching the games.
Or the guy that was, or the closest guy to the ball was a Seahawks defender. So the problem was in the beginning of the game, I was like, yo, why are they throwing all these gimmicky, like, these short passes and expecting these guys to break tackles, which is cool, right? Every now and then you can do that. And then you notice when they try to throw when they try to push the ball downfield at all, a 5-yard, a 10-yard play, let alone trying to go for the whole thing. Bo Nix just couldn't do it. And the one thing that we were told specifically was Bo Nix has the experience and the maturity. He showed none of that to me. None of that. It just showed me how much the Seahawks offense was a problem, especially at the start of the game with the 2 safeties, to even give the Broncos a chance to win. Riddell is right.
We missed Random's commentary.
Yeah, Riddell is right that the Broncos still had a chance to win that game. That's great that the Broncos had a chance to win that game. But like early, we were sitting there saying, yo, we got to look at what the Seahawks are doing with Geno Smith, with just how he played today.
What are we doing with this?
But this is where I fight against you early. Sam Howell is not the answer, because even
if he's not the answer, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like these teams and these purgatories with these quarterbacks, like this is honestly though, I've never seen so many teams in purgatory with quarterbacks in my life. Daniel Jones.
So wait. Also,
early. It's about 5 quarterbacks that got teams in purgatory right now.
Early. So we're sitting there. The only reason I'm saying Sam Howell's not the answer, the reports were even Sam Howell throws picks. That's what he does. But even the reports coming out of Seahawks training camp was like, yo, he's remarkably inaccurate.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm sitting there saying. Also, now if Sean Payton could figure out an effective way to move the ball down the field with Bo Nix, okay. But right now, from what you showed us in that game, you don't trust him enough to do that.
Also, random. To add to your point,
they don't have the
why?
They don't have the receivers.
And I'm not saying
the Cortland Sutton is a good enough receiver. The problem is you don't trust the quarterback to push the ball downfield at all.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this is Sean Payton's fault, but why would you also don't trust the quarterback? Why are you down? My bad. Why are you down? Well, why are you up in the game making Bo Nix throw 40 times? It's because you don't have a running game, because this offense is not built for a rookie quarterback to come in and be successful. I'm just going to say it. You're having to throw 42 times a game with the rookie quarterback, Riddell, when you're up in the game because you have no running game, what are we doing?
But I ain't gonna
That's my point. What are we doing?
I don't
really had a running game other than Mark Ingram's for like 3 years. They don't really have a running game. Sean Payton is known for using his short passing game as his running game. He did it for years. Would you?
Alvin Kamara had some.
Alvin Kamara,
you know what's so funny about Alvin Kamara? Alvin Kamara, as good as we think Alvin Kamara is, he's a great dual back. He's never 1,000-yard season, right? Never.
It's not. It's not. Alvin Kamara is a dynamic dual threat back. I don't care if he gets. I don't care if he never rushes for 1,000 yards. I'm caring about the yards he's going to get from scrimmage. He's a dual purpose
yards is what
all purpose yards is what makes Alvin
also
Kamara.
He was averaging 4 yards to carry.
That's cool. But what I'm saying is what Michael was saying. When you have a young quarterback like that, no, you need to tote the rock, bro. Like you need to tote the rock. Like your running back needs to get 25 plus carries, dog. Like even if it ain't working, try to figure it out. Don't go away from it. And now we're gonna just put it on Nick's hands.
Wait.
Force that issue on that running game. And they don't expect us to win no games anyway. No one expects y'all to win games, so who cares? Try to get the running game going. Javonte Williams is not a bad running back.
Hold on. I disagree with a few things you're saying, because the Broncos are still going to try to win games. They won games last year with Russell Wilson. And the thing is, they tried to run the ball. I agree. But any team that's trying to get a quarterback usually is not a great team in the first place. So I don't really know what point we're trying to make. I don't know what you expect Sean Payton to do.
Marley, Jalen
the
had a
terrible
big white joke
situation
in his
they were
bed.
in.
I'm telling you, he had something.
You know,
in his bed.
Jalen is.
Oh yeah,
on
Jalen was
lock.
doing
you were
something.
snoring.
No, Jalen was.
He had a joke. Hey, look, I didn't talk to him.
Jalen was doing something sus in the
He
back.
had a little joke in the bed with him that was snoring. It wasn't him.
No, facts. That probably was. He had someone snoring in the background for sure. No, I think for the most part, like we said, game one, a lot of mistakes. Some, where some rookie. It was a lot of rookie mistakes where you staring down one receiver, not really trying to get to his first read and not really knowing what to do. And I kind of, but no. I kind of appreciate how, because especially once the Seahawks offense started cooking, where he was like, Bo Nix, I'm going to keep on giving you the opportunity to make a play. At the end, they started making plays. It starting to click for the Broncos.
Oh my God,
Bo Nix started using his leg. This is exactly what happened.
That is true.
That is 100% what happened.
That is what happened. That is what happened.
The Broncos, in order for them to be successful, Bo Nix needs to be comfortable. He needs to be comfortable playing the quarterback position for the Broncos.
He's not be comfortable throwing 40 times a game. That I'll tell you that much right now. That's not a recipe for him to be comfortable. Get it to 25.
I don't think he's not going to be throwing 40 times a game. Let's get a stat.
I know,
that
but
was
I'm
the
just
recipe
saying
that they needed for this game because the Seahawks defense was whipping that ass.
That's 25.
Can we move on to the next game though?
Sure. This game's kind of
all right. Yeah, Broncos Seahawks, interesting game.
You
not
really
saying much.
But
Chargers versus Raiders.
Chargers won. Let's move on.
Gardner Minshew
sucks. No, we are not moving on.
Chargers won. Raiders lost. Nothing to see here.
Hold on.
About those Detroit Lions and those Rams. Come on, baby.
No.
I do want to say something.
Cowboys and the Browns.
Hold on. Nope. I'll let Lonnie be nasty, but I will say these positive things. I'll say if you want to, feel free. But I'll say some positive things about the Chargers. Shout out Jim Harbaugh. I think the game plan was really good. I really liked what they were doing. They're making Justin Herbert's life easier. I can finally start really moving into the realm where I don't have to I don't have to say Justin Herbert's a choke artist. So I'm here for that. I want this guy to succeed. Run game. J.K. Dobbins is back. Look like a dog. Absolutely. So shout out J.K. Dobbins. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. And Ladd McConkey is cooking. Quinn Johnson is not, but Ladd McConkey is. Mm-hmm. So shout out Ladd McConkey. He's starting to get comfortable with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's starting to figure out who his guys are. And good win. Good, solid win.
Joey Bosa ain't.
He balled out.
How dare you? No. This is what I'm trying to say. You see, let me finish. How dare you be as many as you've been in the last 2 years, and all of a sudden, this nigga, now all of a sudden you the Bosa. Now you part of the Bosa family now. I ain't seen him play this good since damn near his rookie year. Like, I was like, yo, he was in the backfield every play, it seemed like. He had a great game.
A bum quarterback that you're chasing.
Joey Bosa woke up. If Jim Harbaugh, boy, he can coach him up, man. Jim Harbaugh he make his players fight for him. I'll tell you that much.
Facts. No, they actually were fighting too, which is a funny thing. They started fighting at the end of the game.
Hey, Lamar, you're going to be banned as a fan if you just keep lying. Joey Bosa had 2 sacks, five tackles, 3 tackles for losses. What are you talking about, bro? Bottled up where? Like, Max Crosby had 2 sacks today. What are you talking about?
But hey, man, in
the
the second half, they started opening up those holes. J.K. Dobbins started cooking, man. He started.
I agree with some of the stuff you were saying. Like Ladd McConkey is clearly going to be their wide receiver 1. Joe Alt and Slater did look. The offensive line did look better, but for the Raiders, though, in terms of positives, I did like how Bowers looked. He made some.
He did look good. He looked good.
He was. There was one play. There was one catch he made where it took like 6 people to take him down. I was like, "Oh, this man is strong." I was like,
"That run game is awful, though, Lonnie. Oh, that run game is so.
Zamir White is not good, man.
Oh my god,
I'm not high on your run game. Zamir White did not look.
Garner is not good enough.
What?
I know.
Whoa. Garner's not what?
He has to have running game.
Garner's not what?
He's
Yeah.
not. He's nowhere. Like I
Minshew
know.
had
I
Jonathan
know.
Taylor.
I know. I'm
Minshew
a
went from
fan of him,
Jonathan Taylor
and I
to-
want him to
to
succeed.
White.
I know he ain't a. I know he not supposed to be a good quarterback. I just want him to succeed, but he damn sure ain't good enough to not have a running game. And he ain't even close to that. That's gonna be bad for him, man.
Look, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're trying to move too fast. Raiders got in trouble with trying to move too fast. Why? The idea that the Raiders should be trying to compete for a playoff spot after having a good end of the season with an interim coach is crazy to me. You should be building for the future. Get a quarterback. Brock Bowers, good pick, great pick. We love that. But it's gonna have to be.
That's not fair, Mike, because they wanted Michael Penix. They were even going to get. They were a gun hole on Michael Penix. Those dumbass Atlanta Falcons went out there and grabbed Michael Penix and threw a whole monkey wrench in the plan. They wanted Michael Penix this whole time.
It changed the whole draft when they picked Michael Penix.
Literally, dog. Literally.
Yeah,
even Adam Schefter,
the Ravens were just depending on O'Donnell or Carney or Garner. They literally wanted Michael Penix, bro.
Adam Schefter,
everybody knew they were going to get Michael Penix. Everybody knew it.
Michael, when even Adam Schefter, the freaking Woj of football, is like, what? When even he was shocked, that should tell you something.
No, I'm not saying.
They were literally going. They were.
I'm not saying that it was a tough position for them, but I just don't understand why the Raiders move so fast. Like, just build a team that's consistent. Like, I just see the Raiders. It's like, all right, 2016, Derek Carr. No one's expects us to be good. He almost has an MVP season. We're going on a route to the championship. It falls apart. Like, I just want to see the Raiders relax for a second.
But Mike, you said get a quarterback. What do you do when the Falcons literally, where everybody thought they was going to get a Dallas Turner or something like that, you go and you get a Michael Penix, and then the Minnesota Vikings went and got J.J. McCarthy. Like, it ain't like the Raiders did not want to get a quarterback. They literally were going to get a quarterback this draft, but the two quarterbacks they were eyeing got taken. There's nothing they can do. They had to take Brock Bowers because he was the best player off the board at that point in time.
I get that, but you got to do what you got to do, man. That's what the Falcons did. That's all I'm saying.
They should got a running back for sure, though. I don't even know what Simon White played for. I don't even know where Simon White came from.
JJ. I'm not for any team picking quarterback they don't believe in. So if they didn't believe in JJ, all power to them to go look for another guy. But I'm just saying, look, if the Raiders better do what the Chiefs did with Mahomes next year. If they see a guy they like, they got to go all out because, as you guys said, they missed out.
If they have a high enough pick, which
you could say wasn't their fault.
They're going to get Shador or somebody or Quentin Ewers or somebody. They're going to try to get somebody. Trust me.
Right. They have to.
The overall – not a good win for Justin Herbert and the Chargers, and a very bad loss for the Raiders. And that offense did not look good. So we'll see what they do moving forward.
I mean, it was closer than you think. Like they held their own. The offense.
They were up at the beginning.
The defense played pretty well. The offense is the problem.
So bad, man.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the last two games.
At least the Falcons lost.
Of course. Nasty.
Leave him out of this, man.
Hey, man, I feel better about the Falcons.
Brandon, do you know how many people I've betted on the Falcons and the Raiders game, dog? Like Raiders, like who gonna have a better record, dog? I'm a 0,000 if the Falcons win games. So as long as the Falcons lose too, I am cool.
God, I'm laughing like an evil villain right now because I want to see it.
Good luck on that. I don't think it's happening. But all right, last two games. Of course, we had the last 4:00 game, which was the Browns versus the Cowboys. This game is probably going to be the go-to game for media circuits. That's probably the first game we're talking about on Monday, obviously because the Cowboys are playing, but also because Deshaun Watson played terrible football against the Cowboys. And to me, shout out Dak. Yeah, I think in the first half he played pretty well. Him and CD against the Browns defense, but it really was a story for the Browns offense was terrible.
Let's really I'm gonna lie. This is one of them games where I don't even want to speak too much on the Cowboys. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, man. The Browns going out and getting Deshaun Watson, and I know you said everybody wanted Deshaun Watson, but giving him a fully guaranteed contract, no incentives, no way out of the contract in the later years. Like, this is one of the things where, like, You got a guy who literally was under indictment by the NFL because of massage sexual harassment charges, right? You give this guy a fully guaranteed contract. There are no type of clauses in the contract to get yourself out of this contract. Like that, it just don't make sense.
Early, you know what happened?
The Browns
bad.
Early, you know what happened?
Hold on, because I'll tell you.
There
Exactly
you go, Lonnie.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. Because back before he signed with the Browns, the last two finalists were the Browns and the Falcons. And most people thought that he was going to go to the Falcons.
Yeah,
I think also Tennessee also threw an offer too, but
thank God he didn't go to Atlanta.
But probably what the thing that most likely happened is that the Titans and the Falcons, they probably had similar offers with those like stipulations that like with not like a fully guaranteed, because no one else had a fully guaranteed like that before. And so what did the Browns do? They literally gave him an offer that he couldn't refuse. And that's why he went there.
But my thing is like
if the Browns give him the same contract that the Falcons offered, he goes to the Falcons.
And we're speaking about business though, Lonnie, like business wise, right? You do not put all your eggs in a basket of a guy who's really coming off.
They're like, oh, we can't lose them.
Like, it ain't like this was a Deshaun Watson just wanted out of Texas, and he was who he was, because he was pretty damn great. He was a top 5 quarterback before he got
he was top
situation.
Top 4, top 3.
But it wasn't like a situation like right now, if Dak going to market, or right now, like when Kirk Cousins went on the market, even with Kirk Cousins and the injuries, like he wasn't a guy. Oh, prime example, this is the one. When Aaron Rodgers wanted the market to go to the Jets, now the situation where it was like, although you would say his last year with the Packers was bad, that's a great year for a lot of guys. So, like, he still showed you he had something, and we could literally say that the Packers didn't have anything. Deshaun Watson was coming off sex offender charges that held him out for a whole year. It's almost like getting an ex-con who gets out of jail with like a murder charge, and you give him a 6-figure guaranteed deal for like a nationwide company like Apple or something like that. Like, there's no way you don't say, look, we like you, we want you to be great, but just in case you're not, we got a couple clauses in your contract towards the end. If you do what you're supposed to do, you ain't got to worry about it. Yeah. But if you don't, we get out of this.
That his agent probably gave the Browns like a bullshit counter offer, and the Browns said deal, and they're like, wait, what?
And going back to the game just a little bit, I understand that that both of the tackles were out. That's a big part of it. But we all know, we all watched that game. We know that it wasn't just the tail of the O-line playing bad. I mean, Deshaun Watson out the gate was missing throws. He was playing bad. And look, if you let Dallas get up 14 on you, if you let Dallas go up 14 on you, they're hard to beat because Michael will start coming and swerving. When Micah gets on and he comes in swerving, it's hard to. So, I mean, I'm putting that blame on Deshaun, man. Deshaun was horrible.
But if you watch that game, like, it ain't like Deshaun Watson is 35. Like, yo, he just don't have, like, when I say, I watched that game from start to finish. Man, when I say Deshaun Watson just don't got it no more, like,
his arm strength is gone.
What happened to that arm he had? What happened to the pocket presence? What happened to the improvisation? Like, yo, when I say it's almost like in the Looney Tunes movie when they took the powers from the ball players. Like, what happened to Deshaun Watson? He can't play no more.
It's gonna be a downfall that needs to be studied. In the beginning, you could say that, all right, he missed a year of football.
Yeah,
there's gonna be some, like, it makes sense that you're gonna go back. There's gonna be some turnover, but at this rate, it seems like also every time
he really is Jameis Winston.
No, every time we thought he was gonna get some rhythm, he'd also get hurt. Last year, me and you talked about it multiple times. We're like, okay, he's starting to pick it up. Then he get hurt.
He went 14 of 14.
Yeah, like he get hurt. So you could say whatever. My only problem is if we're going to talk about the Deshaun Watson, the owner of the Browns was heavily involved in that. It was heavily involved in that because he was the one that pushed to give no GM in their right mind, even the one that hold the Andrew Luck. No GM in their right mind in that situation is giving Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed deal based off like what you guys said. That's a completely
and I don't want to hear that, Just Lewis, because literally, dog, Joe Flacco came into that organization and gave them life. Like them saying
better with worse.
We'll say receivers don't get open. This Joku ain't who we thought he was. No, bro.
He's out. He's out here too.
He's out. Offense humming
for a few
last
weeks with
year.
that high ankle sprain. Njoku.
Yeah, David Njoku played pretty well.
Yeah.
Shout out, freaking Amari Cooper dropped a touchdown too. That was annoying, but yeah, I'm gonna call this. This is kind of my new phrase. And this is a quarterback that anytime he throws the ball, he's throwing it under 10 yards because he can't throw it down the field.
Yeah.
And he holds the ball too long and just loves to just run when he gets panicked. I'm calling this doing the Daniel Jones. That's what Deshaun Watson was doing in today's game.
Daniel Jones.
He was doing
even when he had a guy, Riddell, he don't even have the velocity on the ball.
Dude.
Like he's
There was
throwing
one play
passes
that was
either
glaring.
too behind or too far in front of his guys to where like they have to make damn near protect the catch
It's
every
brutal.
play with this guy.
No,
Yo,
it's like
Yeah.
he can't even throw the ball over a linebacker or a corner that's like on the flat, and he's trying to throw an in route 10, 15 yards. Like I saw him try to do that. I saw Jordan Lewis, who's not even that good of a corner, on the low side of the field, get a deflection on that because he just cannot have any. He doesn't have any zip. It's crazy.
You know,
Sad.
speaking of Deshaun Watson right now, it really makes me wonder how Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
Right.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, it really makes me.
But
It
Aaron
really makes
hasn't
me
even
feel
gone through the
concerned, bro.
injury. Aaron
Good-
hasn't gone through
considering,
half of
like,
the injuries Deshaun has.
Kirk and Deshaun obviously didn't look. Even Joe Burrow didn't look the greatest, and they're all coming off of injury-riddled seasons. The only one who looked pretty good was AR. He probably had I guess Aaron Rodgers had.
And
the
AR
most
is also the
out of all of
youngest.
them. And he is the youngest. But to kind of go back to the game, yeah,
you can see it in his eyes too, dog. Like he know he ain't got it no more. You can see it.
Yeah,
you
the
can see
only
like
reason
he'll start slouching his shoulders. Like, oh fuck, I missed that throw again. You
The
can see
only
it.
reason why Deshaun Watson's getting this type of criticism is because we've seen Deshaun Watson play good football. So like
He was a top 5 dog. He was top 5 dog. Period.
Yo, did anybody that see his center slap his hand away when he tried to help him up after the fumble, after the botch fumble?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Hey man, bad juju over there in Cleveland. They need Jameis Winston. They need Jameis Winston to come back and be the quarterback, bro.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, but you know why? Because I think the worst part about that is Hefe is that if you're the Browns, you literally watch anybody who plays sports, random, Hefe, myself, like I don't know if Mike played, whatever like that. Alani,
I played sports, guys. I was an athlete.
Mike,
in
okay,
high school,
but
guys,
you know,
okay? Varsity, by the way.
When a certain guy's in the locker room,
Double work, Mike.
And
Thank you, Anna.
And we rooting for this guy, and this guy literally like he got a different pizzazz about him. When you go back to the guy that we don't fuck with like that or we don't believe in, you be like, this 100% nigga here, man. You be like, oh my god, this nigga. Like I know this guy's like, because you'll start saying stuff, especially in that level when people get money, you'll start saying stuff like, man, I know they was locker room like we should have kept Joe, man. Damn, dog. Like they probably saying it out loud so he can hear it. Like, man, this nigga.
I also see a lot of clips with Jameis Winston.
Even with Malik Neighbors. You said Malik Neighbors said, I don't know what's going on back here. Like that. Guys will be like, man.
And also early. Like, honestly, Jameis Winston has better arm strength than Deshaun Watson. Like, I actually know that.
Want. Jameis Winston is a likable guy. Like, he's silly, but he's likable. He's very
I genuinely believe that, man.
Jameis is
you make as many mistakes as Jameis Winston had as it's hard to overlook that.
Yes.
Talking about,
but you know what's so funny though? Even when Deshaun Watson was good, I've never heard of him being a leader. Even when he played for Clemson, like he was always one of them lead by example guys. But when a guy like that can't lead by example no more because he ain't good, he ain't got nothing. Because Deshaun Watson was never a vocal guy. He's never been known as a vocal guy who gonna rah you. So he was a guy that he gonna play good and you gonna go behind him and you gonna rally behind him because he's playing good. But if he ain't playing good, he really ain't. He's low key a black Jay Cutler. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
nah, I mean Jay Cutler would be better than this. But all right, let's move on to the last game, and then we'll wrap this Sunday open field recap show up. The night.
Thank you, Lewis. By the way, that's
Sunday night
Lewis.
game. The Rams versus the Lions. Close game. Went into overtime. The thing I'm going to say, I'm going to speak from the Rams, and you guys can say whatever you got to say. But I was overall impressed by the Rams. I did think they were going to upset the Lions. I still believe that if they met in the playoffs, the Rams will beat the
Playoff team.
Lions. But the Rams played good football, even though they missed their tackles and the backup tackle got injured. So the third string left tackle was getting absolutely destroyed by Aiden Hutchinson. And Puka Nacua got injured, and he couldn't finish the game either.
Oh, man.
There goes my Puka narratives, man. It's his knee. I was like, nah, man.
He's been fighting this injury all training camp.
Yeah.
Shout out Cup, though. Getting back to the Cup.
Oh, for sure. Cooper Kupp looking healthy. He was absolutely destroying Terry and Arnold. Terry Arnold couldn't do anything.
Him and Puka healthy together going to be a problem. But damn, I just hope they get healthy together.
Yeah. But despite all that, despite missing Puka, despite the left tackles getting destroyed by Aiden Hutchinson, still a close game. But they just couldn't do anything about that run offense in the overtime. Freaking elite offensive line, one of the best offensive lines at the very least we've seen in the 20th century.
100%.
Also, David Montgomery was running like somebody stole something from him.
Yeah, they could not bring
that run game with David Montgomery at the helm, bro, is nasty work, bro.
I'm gonna say it too. I've been saying that David Montgomery is a better. And this is what I'm saying. He is a better pure running back than Jahmyr Gibbs. I'll keep saying it. He's a better pure running back.
There's a reason why they didn't take him out the game at one point. They said, look, we need to salt the game, or we need to win the game, and Jahmyr Gibbs did not see the field.
And also,
Jahmyr Gibbs did get some spike cleats, man, because he fell about 5 times. Could have scored some touchdowns. Like, get your cleats together, man. You go fall on the field.
He's still pretty well overall.
He still played well, but like when he was like Lonnie, what I mean, like when he was winning time, when they said, "Look, we about
Montgomery."
Yeah, no,
put Montgomery in the game.
I agree that was the right call because he's that bruising. I'm gonna wear you down running back, and that's something that you need towards the end of the fourth quarter.
When it mattered the most, Brandon, sit this out, Gibbs. Sit this one out.
Then we got some speed to him too.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Lions, though, I said last year that like Gibbs was gonna be the X factor for the playoffs, but this year I think I said earlier that it's gonna be Jameis Williams if he can produce and end up being like that X that they need while St. Brown's in the slot, then that's gonna take him to another level. And he showed out today. Like I was surprised St. Brown got strapped, or as much as St. Brown wasn't as productive.
They didn't really target him for real. It felt like they didn't want really trying to get him the ball.
Williams definitely took the top off the defense, and he's definitely coming back into his own after that.
I think
Jared Goff did not play well in this game. The only thing that he really had was when Jamison Williams did that double move on Tre'Davious White that allowed him to get that like 60-yard touchdown or 50-yard touchdown. That was Jared Goff's big play. He had some cool plays in the first half, but overall, like that pass game was not cooking.
Sam Laporta had 45.
That Lions defense is real too, bro.
I think one thing that
it's okay.
It's all right. But can we respect the Rams defense? Or what did I tell you about them?
I was gonna
we're gonna respect them at the end of the game, though.
Wait, I was gonna mention that.
They only could do much too.
Aaron Donald would never.
Also, Aaron Donald's wife didn't need to put him on blast like that.
Has to go. I already said the Ram defense was all right, and the day Jared Verse was gonna go off.
Wait. Can I mention something though? Because it's very interesting how good the Rams defense played. Because there's a reason why Sam Laporta did not get the ball at all, and that's because he was mainly being a blocker for most of the game. So that's just interesting to me how even with the diminished line. That the Rams, that the Lions still forced the Rams to have Laporta in as a blocker for most of the game.
I ain't gonna lie, David Montgomery goes away when he's the main back. He's no less than 100 yards a season. If I'm the Raiders, I am one of them backs.
Actually, I think for David to enjoy the best of his for both of them, honestly, because they could basically be what Kamara and Ingram were. I think that's the perfect role for both of them because
Nick Chubb and
Zeke and Pollard.
No. I'm gonna give y'all one. Chris Johnson, Lindell White. Remember, they was 1,400 apiece.
No. That's what I'm saying because you want to preserve Gibbs as much as you can. If Gibbs can turn into Alvin Kamara,
if you try to bang him, he gonna turn into Chris McCaffrey.
If Gibbs can be
looking good today too.
Yeah, too. That's what I'm saying. If Gibbs turns into Alvin Kamara and you're the Lions, you're happy about that. You really are. And then if you have, as long as David Montgomery can keep running, obviously they run. By the way, one of the shortest things in football right now is like, yeah, the Lions, you want to run to the right, you're at least getting a first down.
Or Reggie Bush and Deuce McAllister, man. Like, let him be let Gibbs be that third down, scat back, go burn you up, give you a big play.
I
literally
Early, we know you stole that from Lewis,
and Zeke
yeah,
for a year or two.
absolutely did. But only thing is, I hope there's not a point where you're giving Jahmyr Gibbs 25 carries like a game.
Nah, he ain't built like
doing
that.
No, because I don't believe that's
like 25
happening.
touches, but 25 carries is crazy.
I don't believe that's happening because if it was going to happen, we would have already seen it. Like we saw today, Devon Achane get most of the work over Raheem Mostert. So like, if they're gonna if Montgomery wasn't
sad news is someone gonna pay one of them backs way more than they're supposed to get paid, and they're gonna leave. That's just how the NFL works.
And Jalen Wright,
you ain't going to get Dave Montgomery and Gibbs for 5 years. So, especially teams like Raiders who need to run a game. Somebody coming and saying, "Hey, I got 8 a year for you. Come on."
No, Early, you plagiarizing Lewis there with that. That was crazy.
Yeah. But overall, the Rams-Lions game was a good game. 2 really good teams.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, this similar to like the Dolphins Jaguars game. This game didn't really tell me much. It just was 2 good teams, and one team won it at the end.
Yeah,
it really told me.
I'm not worried about Stafford. Also, the Rams are like the Bengals in the sense of I'm not worried about the first 4 games. See me week 6.
Also, but I will say this. God, this next like 3 days, they have to find linemen. They have to find linemen. They don't have it.
Steve Avila got injured too. Oh my!
Like they got to find linemen. Maybe they have to make a desperation trade. Even with the Lions, like they mentioned on the pod, they barely have any receivers for the Lions either.
That
when
left
Jameson
tackle,
went
I
down,
don't know his name, but that he made Aiden Hudson look like JJ Watt. I want to you like Aiden Hudson was just trying over that left side. He was getting busy.
I trust Sean McVay. I trust Sean
McVay
to make it work. But like if you're already down to your third string tackle on your left tackle, by the way,
it's gonna be a problem.
You're blind, and it's the week 1. Like Jesus, bro. Like
and you can see Matthew Stafford getting a little older. He can't improvise the way he used to, though.
He shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to either.
He was looking shifty in that pocket today. I'm not gonna lie.
He was, but like
but he can't do it on a consistent basis.
But that pick had something to do with what.
I can't excuse that pick. He just he didn't see the safety.
Yeah, he getting his Brett Favre back when he think he can make all the throws, and then
Chris Collins. Usually he does. He got a little cocky. He got a little.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that from Matt at all.
Original left tackle. When does the Rams starting left tackle come back?
They say he's out. He's on the pup list, so he's out 4 weeks.
Damn, because the backup left tackle was actually playing pretty well.
Chris Collins was giving him a lot of love. He was playing very well.
The old line is so underrated.
He got injured, so we have to see how long he's out. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad Jared Goff went back to being a game manager. Oof, the more that Jared Ed stuff. Jesus Christ, thank God.
Yeah, we just
came out of that hole he was in.
Yeah,
But shout out Dan Campbell, man. Like the end of that game, it like every time they cut to Dan Campbell, it just literally epitomized what they were like. It's like Dan Campbell really was like, I don't trust you. I think y'all D-line is soft. Y'all look like y'all was getting softer in the fourth quarter. We running the rock, and they literally ran the rock. And it's cool because Jared Goff ain't got to do too much. Dan Campbell knows who Jared Goff is. He don't put too much on his shoulders. He don't make him have to do too much. They scheme enough for Jared Goff to get off. At the end of the day, nigga, you got a good running game. We're going to use this running game and this Penny Sewell O-line, and we're going to dominate. And if they can do that versus half the league, they won't get into the playoffs and get a deep run again.
I'll say this Detroit Lions offensive line will be the best offensive line we've seen since the Dallas Cowboys of like 2016 era.
They got to win something with it though. But I'm be honest with you, I think that Aiden Hutchinson kid, boy,
it's a shame he doesn't get more. Like he's amazing. He just doesn't get the sack numbers.
Hey, me and my pops.
Well, he got 2 of them today, so.
He doesn't finish the play, man. He doesn't finish the play. But we'll answer Santo's question real quick. Question to fellas after this game. Shout out.
Pay a super chat next time, Judge Lewis.
Shout out, Lewis.
You heard him, Santo. He said send a super chat. Should Kirk be on a short leash? Do you start Penix game 3? Kirk struggles game 2? Hell No, hell no.
No, I don't.
You
I
don't.
do
You don't
that.
start. You don't. Let me say something. You don't start. Just Louis. You don't start Penix until y'all literally don't have no chance of getting a winning season or getting into the playoffs. Like if y'all go 3-8, 3-7, or something like that, and like it's cooked grease. That's when you put him in.
Not
until you literally have no choice.
Momentum is
You can go on a
Because once
16
you
win
put this
streak.
thing, guys, once you put in Penix, Kurt is out of here. Like there is no going back to Kurt. Once you put in Penix, Kurt don't have you saw it with RG3. He don't have it in his heart. Like it's the reason why he left the Vikings. They said we will get a young quarterback to come underneath you. Like he don't have it in him to literally be the guy who can sit behind and cheer on his guy. He don't have it in his heart.
I saw
so once
quarterback.
Penix come in,
I don't
it's
think
over
he's
with.
that kind of
But
guy.
it's better to get
But I agree with
guy
he
who's
said.
trying to prove himself in
Yeah,
there.
if Kirk sits, he's never coming back in. But I don't think he's that kind of guy where he's going to cause problems because he lost it.
Well,
No, but
I
Riddell, did he not? The report said he had a problem with them getting Penix.
But they didn't let him know.
Exactly. But why we gotta let you know something? Dog, you're 35.
Because they
Somebody
just
gotta come
paid
behind
him.
you.
They paid him the money they paid him early.
Yeah, you when you have your star quarterback, you tell him you're drafting a quarterback. Right?
But my thing is
And
this:
a big
you
reason
literally
why
could
he
have
didn't
stayed.
resign with the
You
Vikings
could have
because they
stayed
said
in
that they wanted to
Minnesota.
draft a young quarterback, and he said that.
Yeah, you could have stayed in Minnesota. Dylan McCarthy's 21 years
But
old,
he
bro. You
didn't.
have plenty
He
of time.
didn't know. He didn't know the Falcons were going to draft a quarterback. He
A
thought
big
he was going to be a
he
quarterback.
said it himself. The big reason why he left the Vikings was because they said that they wanted to draft a quarterback.
Exactly.
And so he goes to another team, signs with them, and then they do the same thing, which was one of the main reasons why he left the other team.
But
So
but that's different. At least the Vikings let him know. The problem is, okay, you signed. First of all, let's not sit here and pretend like he got paid by a 1-year deal.
But you
They
left
gave
the
him a
team who's going to pay you and let you know,
hold
though,
on,
Randall.
hold on, please.
And you
Hold on.
What 3 year do?
They paid him top quarterback money to be presumably their franchise quarterback. And then look, I bet money if they told him, hey, even if they told him before they picked him, hey, we have a chance to get Michael Penix. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're just gonna do it. He shouldn't have to find out when we all found out. That's the problem there. It's just the fact.
But random, and you're cooking. I'm beyond what you're cooking. But let's be honest though, random. If I know GMs talk, so if I know that you had a problem with the Vikings, who literally loved you, gave you your first, one of the first biggest guaranteed contracts, and told you beforehand we were going to literally get a quarterback go underneath you just because you're getting older, we want somebody you can mentor on and this and that, and you left them, I'm most likely not going to tell you that. And they probably was been planning on getting Penix. I'm not going to tell you because you're probably not going to sign me. You're going to probably go somewhere else. Not to mention, I think what the Falcons did was go, and you know what happened to us? We were in a situation where when we got Desmond Riddler, we didn't have nobody to help out, and we was in a stuck situation. The Falcons, you can tell, the Falcons GM and that organization, like, we will never be in that situation again. I don't give a damn how your feelings feel, Kurt. So we got to go behind your back. We don't care because what we won't do is you get hurt on us and we ain't got nobody else again. We will not do that again.
To answer Lou's
Oh, no. We hit the 2-hour mark. That was the limit for today's episode, 2 hours. I'm not going to lie. There was more games, so I personally was okay for going 1 more hour because there was more games to talk about. But we have
we was up to like 35 people, man. Shout out to chat and shout out to viewers, man.
We hit our record for like a lot of people who came into the show today. Hey, man, they wanted
chat
to talk
was booming too. Shout out to chat. Just need more super chats, man. Come on, show love, guys. Show love. We love y'all. Show love.
Show love in any way you can.
Ain't too many. Let's be real. Ain't too many channels doing this, giving you these after game. We've been consistent. Every time a game goes on, as this football season starts, we're gonna do it all year. Show some love, man. We up here all night with y'all. We doing this for y'all because we could be asleep. We doing it for y'all because we love y'all. So love is back a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Also, so if you guys are rewatching, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like this.
Subscribe to the
channel. But yeah, that's all we got for here. We just gotta talk some football. Sundays like a little bit longer because there's a lot of games to talk about. But yeah, we will be back, of course. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Really good week 1 of football so far. It's not over. Monday, Jets 49ers. That is taking place. That is going to be a game that
real quick predictions before we go.
What's up?
49ers winning. Aaron Rodgers religiously plays bad against the 49ers.
Facts.
No matter if he's MVP Aaron Rodgers or young Aaron Rodgers or old Aaron Rodgers, he just plays bad against them.
Riddell,
What's up?
who you got?
Oh, predictions for this game. Oh, I guess we didn't do it. I got 49ers.
Hefe,
I got the Jets.
Michael.
Niners, but I'm gonna do some juju devil magic so McCaffrey and Kittle don't do anything.
That's crazy.
What the hell?
Oh,
It's
wow.
for fantasy.
I know because if McCaffrey goes off, I cook you, Lonnie.
Sure.
Jets in overtime, 23-20.
Ooh, predictions with the scores, Mo.
I'm gonna go with Jets.
I think this is a low scoring game, and I got to go with Brock Purdy in the game. You know, that's my guy. That's my second team. That's my team I'm rooting for now. It's just my Carolina Panthers.
Aaron Rodgers plays healthy.
Hey, dark horse MVP,
And my cousin, who?
Purdy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He was number 3 last year.
Well, if Christian McCaffrey is not healthy, then I will go Jets too. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully he is healthy.
Well, can I say this? If Aaron Rodgers plays a great game, then you know he's going to be high on the watch list for this season and how far the Jets go. But I'm going with the 49ers. As always, guys, we appreciate you guys for coming out here and watching us, man, and be hanging with us late night. It's 2 a.m. over here on the East Coast side. Shout out to my guy Randall for showing up. We love when we see his face. That's my guy. Riddell, as always, Chubby Malcolm X, killing it. Hefe, Michael Baldini, Final Balls. Mo came a little late with a scruffy beard, but he showed up. Shout out to Jalen and that big girl he had in the bed with him that was snoring. He was laughing. He was like, "It's not me. It's not me. It's not me." Yeah, we know it ain't you. It's the person beside you in that bed. Anyway,
Yeah, her name Big Betsy. Like that's
at one point, guys, everybody turned their camera on, but Jalen. I'm just saying.
More than Malcolm X. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we almost hitting our prime. When we hitting our prime, me and Early gonna do a push-up test on stream.
Hey, I'm cool with
What?
that. I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that.
What's the over under?
Hey, look, when
17 and a half, Mike.
When we
17
get
and a half.
I'm going
when we
under.
get to
I'm going
1,000
under.
subs, when we get to 1,000 subs, me and Riddell will do a push-off until somebody caves on live stream, point blank period.
For what?
Wednesday, I will be trying to do Wednesday. I will be trying to do the we had an all-pro team. I want to do a fantasy draft. Not fantasy draft, but I want to do a Madden 25 sim.
We have way too much stuff to talk about to do a Madden simulation.
That's true. We gotta because with all the injuries. By the way, anything happened
We
with
gotta talk
Josh
about
Allen, his
Cole.
left hand that he
Chill,
hurt
chill,
during
chill.
the game?
We're not talking about
Hey,
that.
we won't talk about that.
Oh my God.
As always, guys, appreciate you guys for showing up. You know where to come when you want your football because we always got it. And as always, love y'all, and we out this month.